Hey everyone, we're here with the grand final of the November Ostrich Olympics. This is going to be a best of 5 game today between dmannaioni and BlanketAddict. And we're just starting with the map bans right now. So I think D-Man as the highest seed starts banning first, so starts by banning Research Institute. Blanket responds by banning Observation Tower and Hollywood Hills. And D-Man's final ban is Ice Cream Parlors. So that does mean, unfortunately, if this does go the full way, then we are guaranteed to see Geographical Zoo, which we're really not looking forward to.
Not at all.
And the map choice is random, so just deciding which map they're going to start with. Both players have agreed to share their streams, their screens, so thanks to both. And it means we'll just be following whoever is the first player for each game. And hello everyone that's already here. Hey Osmo, hey Harp Attack. Looks like we're going to start with outdoor areas. So yes, just a reminder, this will be in peaceful mode. I will definitely forget during the stream, but it does play a little bit differently. Definitely forgot a couple of times in the semi-final match that was cast a couple of days ago. I think that the main things are going to be no hypnosis, no pilfer, no constriction. Those are the main ones that are very easy to forget. Alright, looks like BlanketAddict is first player, so we're going to switch over to Blanket's POV. Oh, and let me know how the sound is. I did up my microphone a bit. I think it was a little bit quiet last time, so hopefully this should be good. I am very interested to see what animation speed these two play with, because it can be hard to keep up. But anyway, okay, BlanketAddict is first player on outdoor areas. Looks like a pretty decent opening hand. Projects are birds, habitats, and herbivores. We're starting with a barred owl hut, which is amazing for one. But then we also start with a pretty decent release, Gould Monitor with Australia release. So release that's a little bit harder to leech off of. Gould Monitor is pretty expensive, so it can leave you kind of broke if you go for it in round one, which could be the plan, honestly. You could start with a 3 size over the X token, gives you good tempo to play the Barred Owl Heart. The problem is cards is sort of in the way for a round 1 release. But you could definitely go for a round 2 release as well. But those are 3 cards. The last card's a little bit interesting for the choice. I'd probably pick the Agama out of all these. There's definitely arguments to keep, like the Aquatic Project or Basic Research would be the other candidate. Sound is good, thank you. I just missed the end goals, but okay, it looks like the Agama is the last keep. I guess as a first move, you could also just X back cards. That would work as well. That gives you the X token. You can build the size 3 in maybe a more reasonable spot than over the X token. And you can also see what you draw with the Bard Owl Hut. But, okay, starting with the... Oh, okay, of course you don't even have to build a 3 size. You can build whatever size you want. That's definitely unexpected, though, with the 4 size next to the gate. I like that you can fit anything in there, basically. I'm a little bit scared it's costing a lot of money to start with. D-Man has a similar idea. Just builds over the player sponsor for money spot directly and plays Foreign Institute, so guessing that D-Man's very interested in starting with the Science 2 Rep Uni. Then he could potentially look to upgrade sponsors immediately or upgrade... I guess you probably don't want to upgrade build, you don't really have that much money. But upgrading sponsors would be my guess. If he has started with like a talented communicator or explorer or something, that would be perfect. Or even Science Lab would be amazing with the spokesperson on display there. I think the clear next move is just playing the Bard Owl Hut. You could definitely play it over the draw a card spot, because with the sunbathing coming in, you do get to sell a couple of these extra cards that you get. Okay, Blanket actually just saying that they're a little bit worried about the Foreign Institute coming out. So just deciding to break 5 instead. So it definitely means going to be eyeing hand size here, just having a quick round, which I think's fine too, because like I said, the round 1 release leaves you very broke. And D-Man has upgraded sponsors here. So which of the big 3 is it, I guess? Is it the communicator? Oh, it's just the spokesperson from display. I mean, that works as well. So we're at turn 3 and D-Man is already at 6 reputation. Every single action has given him at least 1 reputation so far. Pretty funny. What I do like about the early guild monitor is you do get a little bit of insight into the opponent's discarded from their opening hand, I guess. But you might also just get 2 of the crap cards that you discarded. The Taipan was from our opening hand. Slow Worm would have been from D-Man's opening hand. But Slow Worm's just a nice cheap habitat tag. So honestly, instead of the release, you could just go for 5 habitats pretty quickly. Already having a cheap Africa and Europe tag. There's the Snowy Owl on display, which would fit Asia. We're just 1 bird shy of playing that. D-Man starts off with a Bard Owl Hut, so even though he has a lot of reputation, going to be a tiny bit behind in income. Not too much. Yeah, okay, I guess only 1, not much at all. Blanket actually deciding to use the card's action to snap up the Andean Condor there. I guess I can understand the logic with that. It's a good candidate to fit in this 6 size after the guild monitor gets released. But Blanket just deciding to X-back cards here. Probably wanting to play the Bard Owl Hut this round, although I think it can definitely wait. I would have been pretty tempted just to break there. But I think Xing back build now is just pretty decent for action order. I'm not the biggest fan of breaking 1. I think if you're going to cause the break, sponsors is just the way to do it here. I think it's I'm a bit concerned. Cards feels like a very wasted action. Yeah, so the card we just drew, which is actually not bad, it's just an Asia tag, but just gets discarded. I think D-Man's going to be pretty happy with this. But we'll see. I'm interested if D-Man has another upgraded sponsor, or if it was just for the spokesperson from range. Now, Science Library is amazing. Would not be surprised at all to see him snap it up. Yeah, instant. Okay, now Blanket's going with the plan of Xing back builds, probably playing the Bard Owl Hut into the Gould Monitor release. D-Man plays a Meerkat Den, which fits the herbivores base project. This play is looking very stacked for herbivores. There's Dugong, there's Kangaroo, and Red Deer to fit with it. But just uses the Meerkat Den to drop the Snowy Owl, which I'm sure Blanket was definitely eyeing. Okay, instead opting to do the release first. Maybe looking to take Snappy and get this Dugong away. That would probably be the scariest card for me on the display. We do have some insight into D-Man's hand now. He's got Science Library and the Snowy Owl. That's 2 out of the 4 cards that he has. And I'm not sure if there's another upgraded sponsor card. I guess probably not if he's played Spokesperson and Meerkat Den ahead of it. But yeah, I think the question that Blanket's really figuring out right now is, does D-Man have a project to do or not? I guess the other awkward thing about the Australia release is there is the Dugong and the Kangaroo there, which I wouldn't say they're necessarily better releases. They're, I would say, about equal with the Monitor. I do like denying the Red Deer here. It's just one of the easy herbivores to flock with. Okay, D-Man just grabs Second University. Would fully expect... Okay, I was going to say upgrade animals just for that 8th rep, but the Science Library will get him to the 8th rep. Yeah, okay, Australia released here. The Dugong or the Kangaroo? The Kangaroo is a better release. The Dugong's just the scarier animal overall. I think denying the better release is fine. The annoying thing about the Dugong is I did say basically nearly any animal is playable in this 6 size, but the Dugong is not because it's not touching double water. Blanket also takes Worker at 2 CP, which I think's a fine decision because D-Man's about to get a second Worker. It just lets them both stay in the round. Now playing the Condor. I think a little bit of regret right now. You hate to find the Communicator right after you've taken Worker at 2 CP. If you'd had that like 1 card draw earlier, you can just upgrade sponsors and you'll be happier for the rest of the game. But now Blanket's going to be limited to 3 upgrades for the game, and I don't even know if I think Communicator does have a place. Probably more interested in it than the Tarsier. Because the Tarsier doesn't really contribute to the Asia tag because you need the Partner Zoo anyway to play it. See what gets scavenged. The Communicator comes back for round 2. But just a cheap Porcupine is another cheap herbivore. I think it's fine to keep. I'm not sure though. It feels like we have a lot of animals already. Maybe a tad bit of sunk cost fallacy, like really not wanting to take the Communicator because of the Worker at 2 CP, but it still may just be the best card out of these 4. The monkey park does have a pretty perfect shape to get this partner zoo, though. It actually fits really nicely. So I can definitely see the reason for keeping that. At the same time, though, in Blanket's position, with no money, you probably just want to break pretty quick. Oh, man. D-Man has a vet as well, so gets extra money from the vet, gets the second worker from spokesperson, still has that science library just sitting in his hand. Tough decisions here. The Dugong's lined up pretty nicely for D-Man, in that he can just build a 3 size like directly south of his meerkat den. He can potentially release, so I understand the reason for snapping it, but at the same time, I think we'd really want better things in our hand right now. But it does remove the big threats of the 2 of the big Australia releases. D-Man takes Asia Partner Zoo. I mean, in terms of points right now, Blanket's a little bit ahead, but in terms of upgrades, just sponsor quality, D-Man is quite far ahead. Unfortunately, I haven't registered what Blanket's end games are. But now upgrading sponsors, which I think upgrading sponsors is quite a smart choice, because there's a times 2 coming up in 1 CP. Times 2 on sponsors is fantastic on this map, and oh my god, medical breakthrough. Oh, this is just a complete science hand from D-Man. And now we know his full hand. It's the science library plus the snowy owl. But medical breakthrough this early is pretty terrifying. Blanket is choosing to X-back build here. I would expect just a break 5. The discards from the hand, it's pretty tempting to keep the Herbies. At the same time, I think you do want to rush for habitats, but D-Man's getting a little bit ahead right now. Was able to grab that Asia Partner Zoo. Still has a Partner Zoo on the map, which he's grabbing now, so grabs Americas. Doesn't have Australia and Africa, so could be really eyeing the Tasmanian Devil and the Rock Monitor on display. So I really don't mind breaking 5 here and just snapping up the Rock Monitor. Just get those cheap tags off. It may just be worth conceding the habitats race, but I think with the Rock Monitor here, you can safely get rid of the Agama. But I think keeping the Tarsier plus Asia release is fine for later. And then it's a question of, do you want the Monkey Park for this good Partner Zoo pickup placement? Do you want all the herbivores that flock together? Because that could save a lot of money on enclosure spaces later on. Especially without upgrading build, which it looks like Blanket's not planning on doing. Just being able to play 3 animals in the same enclosure does have a lot of efficiency in it. So, I think if I'm in this position, I'd probably give up on the race for habitats. Having said that, we know D-Man's hand completely, so he's certainly not guaranteed to win the habitat race. It's just a Snowy Owl plus Science Library. Looks like Blanket's still going all in for this race, which, fair enough, I think it's still winnable. We play the Monkey Park, can probably grab Asia Partner Zoo, but could also just grab Australia. I think this is a very important moment in the game, so very reasonable to think about it for a few minutes. I mean, first card I'm removing is the Agama, because I think we're snapping up the Rock Monitor no matter what. The Monkey Park does feel a bit sad to get rid of, as it's the only sponsor in the hand. I don't mind this though, just... I think the Herbies have a lot of value. But I'm scared... I am scared that conceding the Habitat race to D-Man is giving him a lot for free with his good start already. Poor Padu in chat struggling. We can't all play with instant animations. But I would expect to see this posted on the mid-game decisions thread after the series is over. Sorry, that's just my dog click-clacking away. Oh, okay, we got a glimpse of the end games. That was small animal and large animal. I mean, large animal there gives you a lot of reason to keep Dugong plus Kangaroo. That's like a perfect combination. And yeah, really like the Rock Monitor snap up. Sounds like a pretty good plan, Paju. Paju saying you build a one size over the player's sponsor for money, get Monkey Park out, get Asia Partner Zoo, play the Tarsier, release it, get size 2 reward. That seems like a very solid game plan. But the Duke appearing may complicate that. Well, I mean, the Monkey Park's just gone, but the Duke appearing is a really good Asia release. The man doing his full cards action. I mean, the Duke is very interesting here. It's pretty easy to build a 4 size for it, just a 2 size underneath the gate. Problem is spending an X to snap it up. It may honestly be worth it. Blanket opting for a 3rd university line, which I didn't really consider, but that's nice for the times too. Yeah, pretty clearly going on sponsors, but I wonder what the rest of the round's going to look like. Because we can't exactly play animals right now. Maybe looking to build a 3 size under the gate, so after the Duke is released... Oh no. Things just keep getting worse. I mean, we know D-Man just did a blank cards action all from the top of the deck. It's a science museum, still has science library in hand. Oh. And now Aquarium shows up, which, I mean, is pretty perfect for Blanket with the Dugong in hand. But it's so awkward to get all these high priority cards, like the Duke and the Aquarium. You want to snap them both up, but you can't. I think... Oh, I don't know, this is... I would hate to be playing this position. It's like... I think Arknova is hardest to play when all these good cards show up that you want to snap up, and like you snap one up and it reveals even better cards while your opponent's just drawing from the deck and hitting everything. Oh my god. D-Man, from that random card draw action, hits a Pelican while the Australia release is out there. Oh my god. Gets to release the Pelican, donate it, and steal the Partner Zoo. This could be lights out, honestly. This is looking pretty bad. Choosing not to build to have enough money to donate. Snipe that. Okay, builds a single kiosk. I guess he can take 5 money. Oh, never mind. Okay, Birds 2 comes in just in time. Although, to be fair, I think D-Man would be pretty happy with the 10 money as well. Yeah, I don't know how you can compete with this card quality. It's just full science combo, and the biggest piece of the science combo is still about to be played. It hasn't been played yet. I mean, this is just Pelican release for D-Man. I guess Blanket's gonna follow up by playing Aquarium, which has a pretty neat spot underneath the 2-size that just came. Play Aquarium and break 5 would be my guess. Then at least we get a 2-size during the break for the last upgrade, or the 3rd upgrade. I mean, D-Man already has all his upgrades. He has more income. He just got X tokens from 5. He gets 10 money now. And he's still ahead in the race for habitat diversity, although it is a close one. Yeah, beautiful aquarium spot. Choosing to just break 4. It just gets bad to worse. This is... I'm not crazy, right? D-Man has not played that science library yet. Just throws down an Explorer, still science library in hand. But okay, if we're looking for positives from Blanket's position, the race to habitats actually looks very winnable here. During the break, just grab Africa Partner Zoo, or actually it doesn't matter, just grab whatever Partner Zoo. I guess grab Europe Partner Zoo. You can play the Dugong Plus Rock Monitor into a 2-size. Then that's 5 habitats. So I mean, that's something at least. Where did that Duke go? I guess D-Man got the Duke at some point. Blanket choosing to break with the Tarsier, which is... Okay, I don't think D-Man's that close to getting both Africa and Australia, although maybe it's a bit scary because D-Man has the potential to spend 3x's to grab another Partner too. He's actually opting to upgrade as SOS and sponsors, but leaving out animals. So I wonder if that will come back to bite D-Man a little bit. Because especially on outdoor areas, there are a lot of good animals that require upgraded animals. Like you think your elephants, half your rhinos, the eagles. I mean, with all these extra points from the science combo, maybe it just does not matter at all. Okay, yeah, it does opt for the Africa Partner Zoo, so then I guess it's just going to play Dugong plus Red Deer. Although money is 1 short, so I kind of like the Europe Partner Zoo instead, just play the Red Deer later. Being 1 money short, I don't know how we solve that issue. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Could be signaling that D-Man just has Waza large as well, so we can ignore that animal's requirement. But this build 3 action looks a lot like D-Man has either the Africa or Australia icon and can just snipe habitats. Because Blanket's like a tempo or two short now, not being able to afford both the animals, also having animals at 1 choosing to break with the Tarsier. I mean, it looks like first move has to be Xing back build or something, and then we still need to get this extra money somehow. I mean, you could start with the Asia release into like 5 money income, but then it's also putting the project out there when we think D-Man has the Duke. Oh, the 5 size hasn't even been built yet. That move got cancelled last round. Okay, so money works out with the build action now, just break 4 or something and then do animals, but I'm still scared it's 1 tempo too short. It kind of looks like it is. Yeah, D-Man plays Tortoise here. Then we'll be able to just do cards or clever back cards. Most likely just going to do cards as the next action. Yeah, Blanket does see it coming as well, just concedes the race, does habitat diversity, which, I mean, I don't think there's any better move at this point. But that'll get D-Man up to... Oh my god, D-Man even has Vet, so remembers Vet and just, yeah, does Habitats 5 this move, doesn't even need to worry about cards. Blanket in chat, or typing to the chat saying, did they release Pelican before they broke? And I think the answer is yes. Pelican release was last round, right? But this is just I think there's no counter for a hand this good. I don't know how you compete with that. Maybe on a richer map you could, like Ice Cream Piles, when you have just money power to be able to spam out lots of animals. But on outdoor areas, when you don't have the money, you can't compete with getting that many free points from sponsors. And yeah, I'm still like 90% sure we're about to see the Science Library, which is going to give a crazy plus 10 points immediately, plus the rep. Playing Zoo School before that. I mean, solid move here coming. We have Dugong plus... You can choose either Red Deer or the Rock Monitor. You might want to save the Rock Monitor to be able to sunbase some more cards. Pretty funny display right now, actually. I was looking at what to dig. The display is just all monkeys. Yeah, okay, digging away the useless cards first is a good idea. Then you could decide to sunbathe or... Here's another release, which, I mean, doesn't really help release anything against the Duke. Duke is both Asia and jungle, sadly. Digging away the Rock Monitor, trying to find anything better that's playable. It's a rough position. Oh, Hits a hippo, which is... I was talking about this the other day. Hippo might be like about best cards you could draw from a cards action. Hippo might have been the best one you could draw there. Like, Herbivore gets you the 4th Herbie for the base project. You already have the Africa partner, so you already have the 2 size. You have Aquarium. Probably could not have asked for a better dig than the Hippo there, so... Blanket is still able to do another project this round, so would expect the Tarsier to be released. It's possible that D-Man has at some point gotten rid of the Duke. But I mean, if you have a project to do, I think you just do it. Just choosing to break with cards. Export on Africa is not too bad. We can play that during the break, get build out of the way. That's good timing. Primate breeding is also just another project to do. One that can't be leached off of. Well, I mean, it can be, but not like it's a better project. Oh, the silly thing is that D-Man also has the double science you need to grab, which is... which I think he is waiting to grab the double science uni before playing that science library just for the extra craziness. Okapi looks like it is not playable for us, but probably just deny it from the player that already has Meerkat Den and sponsors to play. 41 plus 8. Oh, calculations going on. 41 plus 8. Plus 11. I mean, 41 is the current score. What is 8? 8 is the breeding program? No, it's more than that, though. 11 is the kangaroo. 8 is the 89. I mean, clearly figuring out if Blanket can end or not this round. Wait, Okapi does... Oh, it does fit down the bottom. That is very nice. Now we get a 5 CP... 5 CP herbivores. Although money is becoming an issue as well. Trying to play kangaroo and hippo is 35. It's a tad annoying that it's not polar bear exhibit shape to get that 1 reputation. Okay, but great time to clever back build. This is the first game. And it's been a ridiculous first game. You don't often see games with just card quality difference this high. D-Man doing a build action. The scores look close. I mean, yes and no. D-Man still has some big just sponsors incoming. But Blanket's calculated money perfectly here. Primate breeding into 12 money. Can play kangaroo plus hippo. I don't think you want to break. Actually, the hippo does give you the sponsors action. I mean, you just take the money, play both. Maybe you do a cards action beforehand so you have double card to pouch. Or maybe you take a cards action to find sponsors to play as well. I mean, these are 2 cards to pouch. Never mind, you probably do want to play that Expert on Asia. Yeah, but we know in D-Man's hand that he has Science Library incoming. He's still got to grab the double Science Uni. So that basically gets him to like 75 or something ridiculous. Oh no. Oh wait, Blanket did take Worker. Oh, I was saying oh no because of the Pilfer, but I once again forgot it's not a Pilfer animal. The Capuchin is just a sprinting animal. Peaceful, yes. I did forget. But now D-Man, with the Duke Blade, has X tokens to do Project plus Last Uni. So I think D-Man's finishing move is like whatever project he has plus Last Uni into Science Library. And that should be very close to finishing the game, I think. I think as Blanket here, you could... breaking 5 works. You can cause the break next move. Although I think breaking 6 is probably better, right? Then you can play Hippo and Kangaroo together. But may just be looking to play Hippo, play Expert on Asia with a Carpi, and play Kangaroo next round. Yeah, there is Last Uni for D-Man. Has a bird breeding project. Yeah, so I mean, now when Science Library comes down, that's 99 into Science Library to finish. That is an end there. I mean, we have to do Hippo and break then. Hippo break 4 is the only option, and I still think it's not going to be enough. I mean, we do get a Clever with Expert on Africa, Clever back build again. The problem is our last move is going to be supporting herbivores at 4. And we don't get to play the Kangaroo. Unless we find like an eagle or something during the break, which may be the only chance for victory. I mean, double Clever is great here though. Basically spend no X tokens to cause the break. Keep all the X tokens for Expert on Africa. Double Clever is very nice. Get build and cards out of the way. Yeah, I mean, maybe if we find Sun Bear or Bald Eagle would be perfect because it also helps with the large animals endgame. Honestly, maybe calculating money if Blanket can afford like Kangaroo plus Bald Eagle, because I think that's worth calculating. It may be the only win condition that you have. I mean, Kangaroo's 23, Bald Eagle is 23 as well. We need 46 money. We do have that with a break 4, so I mean, perfect. Let's make it happen. Oh, Expert on Herbies. Rhino. Alligator's pretty good as well, though, so I guess the last move is just going to be... Oh my god. Well, I mean, the good news for us... Oh wait, Dima actually crosses during break. Okay, there's only one move guaranteed. Oh. Yeah, at the very least, the Alligator gives that 6 water tag for Aquarium, but it doesn't matter. That was a Science Institute into the Science Library. That was a 23 move sponsors action, it's going to be basically more than the animals action here. Oh. Nice little find there, snapping up the federal grants. Playing that with Okapi is 1 point better than pouching it. But yeah, I mean, end games for BlanketAddict is 3 from large animal. I mean, 1 from aquarium, 4 from export in Africa, 1 from federal grants, but not even enough to catch up the end of game point deficit. And of course, D-Man has Research Institute just to... Oh my god, that was 143 in 28 turns. I'm hoping for a closer game. Well, I'm hoping for a closer series in this game. That was absurd.
That was a bit ridiculous, honestly.
I was like, I thought it looked okay for Blanket at the start, and then you blind drew. Like, I knew your hand at one stage was Snowy Owl plus Science Library. Then you blind draw into Pelican and Science Museum in the same card draw.
Yep.
Yep.
And Explorer.
And Explorer.
I think Explorer was in that card draw. Yeah.
The best card draw of all time.
Yes, it was really bad. I felt bad. How disgusting that was. I think you could probably train a monkey to win that game for my position.
That was 143 in 28.
Yeah. That was disgusting. That was like a 24-point sponsor action to cross, I think.
Yeah. Okay, what are we gonna see for map number 2?
Yep. So randomizing 1 through 4 with where did I type that? Where's the maps? Let's see.
It probably would have been in the last game chat.
No, I think it's in our direct message. Let's see.
Okay.
All right, so 2A's out. So 3A, 4A, 5A, not. So 4. Oh, so 9.
Oh boy, Geographical Zoo.
Geo Zoo. Okay, good luck.
Okay, so as D-Man will be first player. Yeah, D-Man was second player for that game. But we're going to look at this from D-Man's point of view as first player now. Everyone's beloved Geo Zoo has Research Zoo and Architectural. Good man goes into full screen. Americas as a base project, we do have a Galapagos Tortoise, which would be the most interesting card in the hand. I mean, there's also a Rhino, there's a Guided School Tours, there is a Determination Cobra, it's not a Hypnosis Cobra. It's kind of interesting that he picked it first, because it slipped under the radar for me a little bit. It is a Determination like an eagle, but it doesn't feel like an eagle, if that makes sense. I guess it doesn't make sense. It's also a reptile for the base project. I mean, I think you always keep the sponsor, Guided School Tours. I'd be very surprised if you didn't keep the Giant Tortoise. Yeah, second pick, Rhino third. The issue with this is the opening hand is very unplayable. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that. The Howler does help a bit. It gives you a first animal to play. But also he does not have priority on the America's Partner Zoo because his associate is starting at 2. So I would fully expect Blanket to pick up America's Partner Zoo first move for Blanket. But what I'm looking at here is a situation where D-Man could get very stuck early. I think he's not expecting to get America's Partner Zoo and is probably looking at hand size as a second option. But what the heck is this display? That display is one of the most stacked displays I've ever seen. D-Man has research end goal as well. I mean, I think Federal Grants is an easy first card draw here. Yeah, immediately. Perfect placement as well. That's exactly where you want to build the 3 size for the Americas animal. Blanket just breaking 5. Yeah, that does give D-Man the Americas Partner Zoo, which you just snap. Insta take here. So then I would expect Blanket to take hand size this move. D-Man can, of course, break 5. Doesn't have to play Federal Grants. But yeah, it looks like a very clear next 2 moves for D-Man. Just play Federal Grants, play the Howler. You could even boost down cards, because it's not like we need to draw a card. We probably want to keep these 3 cards going into the next round. You could basically like boost down cards, and then your sponsors is at 3. Right, the display has a lot of other high priority cards. You may just want to keep cards at 5 to snap up the Tech Institute. I don't think Archaeologist is that good on this map. There's no reputation to take with it. I guess you could take the 5 money, but yeah, easy Federal Grants play here. Seems like a bit of BGA lag. Yeah, that's definitely BGA related. Hopefully that won't impact the series. Fingers crossed. Blanket, yeah, did grab hand size. Does snap up the Tech Institute, which I think's very reasonable. It's really the best card on display there, and now Mr. Sunbear appears. Well, Blanket does not have an enclosure, right? So you're just free to play the Howler this move. There's no reason not to. It gives you an income, while Blanket does not get to have any income this round because of choosing to break 5. Which, I mean, if you don't have a sponsor, breaking 5 is a reasonable move, but as second player, it most likely means you don't get to play an animal. You're just 1 tempo behind this round. I'm never really sure what to take as a Geo Zoo, like, first bonus. The rep can be okay. I think people often default to the rep, but I do like the 2 appeal as well. I also do see the kiosk taken sometimes. I would expect either rep or kiosk. Yeah, I think kiosk is also pretty nice to be able to navigate through this like awkward water area. Now it opens up like an easy 5 size in Europe, so it could be a good chance to not upgrade build here. I don't mind clevering back sponsors here either. Clevering back cards, or boosting back cards to be technically correct. Just break with sponsors here, do the project start next round, that gets you the snap up on Sunbear. So we did see Blanket builds a 5 size in Australia, so I mean that's signaling a New Zealand first hill if I've ever seen one. I was going to say the other option would be Dugong, but it's clearly not the Dugong anymore. Australia Partner Zoo. Okay, that's not a first hill either, and that's just a crocodile. And that means now is the time to snap up Sunbear before it goes here. Crocodile's the other kind of obvious candidate because reptiles is the base project, just gets you 2 reptiles. But yeah, it does mean that Blanket is about to snap up, double snap up. Does take the llama as it relates to the Americas project. Might just take the boa constrictor, although that is not a constrictor. That's a boa cleverer. Boa cleverer much more nerfed in peaceful mode. Yeah, just decides to take the lesser flamingo, which I kind of like because Africa's right next door to Australia, as is the case if you look at the globe, right next door. So I mean, you just build the 2 sides in Africa, play the flamingo, get your geo bonuses. And it looks like Blanket's gonna choose to take the kiosk as well, which I think's a fine first pick. I'm a tad surprised Blanket didn't just start with the Australia Partner Zoo. Because then it allows, well, then it gives the option of supporting 2 reptiles this round. But also, I guess with a really quick round 1, just grabbing hand size is safe. It just does delay this 2 reptiles project by 1 round. We did see D-Man grab snapping though, yeah, we obviously saw the Sun Bear snap. Chose to upgrade build. He is normally a fan of the 2 CP worker. But decides to just upgrade build on this map. I don't really know the ins and outs. If build does seem, not having build here does seem very hard to navigate just with how narrow all these water spaces are. Which was the reason I liked the kiosk, but just upgrading build solves that issue. But the other factor is I think his other end goal was Architectural Zoo. So it just gives the option of filling map if you don't find those science icons. And I mean, we might not find any more science. We did see half of them on the display at the start of round 1. There are still archaeologists there, but like Tech Institute's gone, Guerrilla Field Research is gone. We do have some Geographical Zoo fans in the chat. I have no idea why it's such a horrendous map. Okay, just choosing to build Pavilion over card draw, draws up a Pelican, which is not that bad. I mean, relates to Bird Project. Just does, it is that Australia animal to be able to get the Australia Geo bonus. Blanket does play the Tech Institute that we saw them snap up in round 1. Very peculiar cards action at 4. I guess we don't have enough money to play the Rhino. I wonder if we're actually going to see a break 4 move, but maybe the card draw of Cable Car complicates that a bit. I mean, if you want one talking point of why this map is so horrendous, where is Cable Car going? It has to completely destroy Asia. How can you have a map where you can't even fit Cable Car in a normal spot? But we do see the break force. I mean, the plan is just play the Rhino if there's no break here. But I think Blanket, well, I don't know if Blanket wants to break. Blanket has 7 cards, but yeah. I think seeing that D-Man has like perfect money just calls the break. Maybe even sussing out that it's a Rhino coming. I do like break 2 here though for Blanket. Instead choosing to build without build upgraded. Does build a 3 size. Fantastic. Tobacco in chat saying aquarium is great here. Tell that to the cable car in D-Man's hand right now. I mean, so from Blanket's POV, I like breaking because I don't think the building 3 size is that necessary of an action, but like the animals action is something that D-Man really wants to do. Gives him a great income boost before the break ends. No hand size, that sunbear dies here. I mean, I don't know if you saw all of game 1, but D-Man used up his complete luck in game 1. Every ounce of luck is gone. Is looking at taking the boa cleverer here. I mean, it just denies the America's tag. It's playable because we want to get the 2 science anyway for the determination Cobra. Yeah, I mean, that is a huge beef I have. The Ibex doesn't fit in Europe and the cable car doesn't fit anywhere. But I am also a rock lover. The really sad thing about the sun bear dying here is, and I may have even kept the sun bear over the Cobra, but the Rhino project is question mark, maybe habitat diversity, but normally with sun bear species is just an easy pick. The good thing about the Cobra is it obviously does relate to the reptiles project, which D-Man may be aiming for 4. Like the boa cleverer is a double project animal, so is the alligator. He was looking at snapping up both of them. Blanket is spending an X now to do the 2 reptiles project. I would expect Blanket to upgrade build, and it seems like a more efficient action sequence than building a 3 size. I think just do the project, upgrade build. Yeah, I think both players actually have 1 university, 1 partner zoo each. Blanket has the Australia partner zoo. D-Man also did decide to start the round with Valence doing a little uni block. Blanket having hand size but not the science to Europe uni. But it has a double purpose of also being able to play the Cobra and the boa cleverer. Blanket does snap up the barn owl and takes 2 CP worker instead of upgrading build. I'm not sure about that one. I think 2 CP worker could definitely pay off. But I think when you have build at 5, you have things like the barn owl, which you want to get a 1 size enclosure for. I think upgrading build just makes too much sense. Like, we might be seeing the 3 size come down again that Blanket was going to build before the break. But then when is this barn owl coming out? What's going in the 3 size? 3 size is in Africa, so we know it's not the tortoise. It could be the flamingo that Blanket drew up earlier, which, I mean, if we're going really speculative trying to guess what Blanket has, it could be like Africa release or bird release, but seems unlikely. Could just be the marabou as well. Yeah, it looks like species is the project, so I mean, if I'm D-Man, I'm really regretting not keeping that sun bear. But I mean, the ornithologist looks fantastic here. I would expect Blanket to just snap it up this move. Problem is, Blanket does want a longer round, and then snapping does contribute to the break, which is a tad annoying. Yeah, no hand size for D-Man does make things a little bit awkward. But I mean, one of those annoying cards clogging the hand was the Rhino. That's out of their hand now, but now it's replaced by Species Diversity, which is just as annoying. And the thing is, there's basically no better cards you could draw than what's currently in the hand, so this card's action is just going to get discarded at the end of the round. I mean, maybe plays Geologist this move, though. Well, I don't think D-Man needed to play the Boa Constrictor. But at the same time, if you can afford it, why not? Maybe not playing it would allow you to fully build again, but... with just how bad Geologist is on this map, I would just fully expect to break 5 this move. Oh yeah, true. But I think the other part of the reason was the uni block. Like, it's forcing Blanket that move to take a Partner Zoo instead of the double Science uni. Yeah, just break here. Definitely the right call. And the 2 cards we just drew are gone. Yeah, playing without hand size is tough. But I think D-Man's about to grab hand size this move, upgrade animals. Get Science Library 2 games in a row. Not as impactful as last game, but still very handy with a Science endgame. I think Blanket would snap up the sponsorship reptiles. Interesting. I was going to say the alligator or the sea turtle tank. Blanket does play that ornithologist that we saw. What do we know about Blanket's hand right now? Barn Owl is one of the cards. Lesser Flamingo is one of the cards. And I think I'm expecting the Marabou as well. There is a 3 size in Africa right now. Yeah, D-Man deciding sort of how to play out the rest of the game, looking at his end games, deciding what to upgrade with this hand size. Gets 2 upgrades actually. Yeah, so I mean, animals is the obvious upgrade to be able to play both the animals in hand. Sponsors as well makes sense. I mean, these are expensive animals. Okay, it's a cassowary that comes out. The cute thing about the cassowary is it gives the ×2 on build, but... and I'm fully expecting to see a 2 size and 1 size come out as Blanket's next move. But this is solid play from D-Man. Just perfect game for a reptile house. Does get to drop the alligator. Now has 4 reptiles in hand. There's that aquarium that everyone's been yapping on about. I can actually snap it up this move by playing the alligator, which I do expect. I mean, now let's see if we see that 2 size, 1 size combo. That does mean Blanket at least has 4 birds in hand to counter D-Man's 4 reptiles. And the point lead is pretty even, honestly. In fact, D-Man's kind of the one that's incentivized to break here because he has no workers left. Blanket has 2 workers this round. We might just see 2 size and 2 size actually going all the way up and touching Europe. 2 size to go through Africa. I think Blanket will be very relieved when they get 2 size rewards from Project Bonus. I don't believe that two sides was in Europe. It looks like the enclosure was a bit diagonal. Oh no, never mind. That is totally in Europe. So yeah, lesser flamingo plus barn owl. Yeah, this will definitely be alligator snapping up the aquarium. Reason number 2 for keeping the sun bear. That is a giant panda. Blanket actually knows the D-Man snapped up the sun bear. I don't think Blanket would have expected to be discarded, so I think this is going to force the giant panda snap. Oh my god, the sea turtle tank? No. I mean, that's very brave. It's absolutely terrifying leaving the giant panda on display there. But I mean, it's looking like a decent move now that D-Man doesn't have the sun bear. Perfect aquarium spot. Gets to just cradle around the single water there. Clever's back animals. Could honestly just clever back build. Like, what do we need build for? The next 2 animals are going in a reptile house. Well, sorry, the tortoise is going in the reptile house. It's already a 2 size for the cobra. Although I may be interested in the grass snake that actually goes in Europe. Yeah, so Blanket does get 2nd university, upgrades animals. About to get their 3rd and final upgrade with from 5 reputation. Could even have enough money to play Flamingo plus Barn Owl. It's kind of close. You play the Barn Owl first, you get money from Ornithologist, you can get 4 money from the Europe bonus. It might still be a little bit short. Well, yeah, D-Man actually snapping up the grass snake. Sorry, Blanket also dismantled the sea turtle tank, so we could definitely see that played this move. Oh yeah, sea turtle tank into sponsorship reptiles. Maybe sell 1 or 2 cards that lets you afford both birds. But this game is certainly much closer than last game. I still think I give slight advantage to D-Man. Obviously having species diversity, having a tortoise, having a determination cobra. Snapping up the sea turtle tank over the panda is... I don't know. But maybe sea turtle tank is just the perfect card to like get this hand online. Deciding on that last upgrade, I would expect cards as just a default. Could definitely go for a Sos though, a Sos upgrade here. Okay, does choose a Sos over cards. Yeah, I mean, obviously snapping up Sea Turtle Tank never feels like the right move, but... you can understand the logic as well, like D-Man's clearly fighting to get 4 reptiles. It's a water tag for D-Man's aquarium. But I mean, I'm not sure D-Man can actually fit Sea Turtle Tank on the map. Yeah, here we go, Lesser Flamingo plus Barn Owl. Probably choosing to play the Barn Owl first though, to get to do the perception. I'm curious where D-Man's going to find his 4th and 5th species. I would say for sure eyeing the Lesser Bird of Paradise for that bird tag. See what blanket takes us. Okay, looks like just 2 appeal, which I like. Obviously, without cards upgraded, the rep is fairly useless. And at this stage of the game, I think you can do without the chaos, so I think 2 appeal is just a good default reward. Yeah, I mean, if I'm... Yeah, misclick. If I'm D-Man, I'm just breaking 5. Blanket has the X tokens to be able to do the Birds Project, just get out of this round. Curious if Blanket is going to be interested in the 3 X tokens or the 10 money. With first snap as D-Man, I think you just take away the sponsorship vultures. That's just a free 4 appeal. There'll probably be another round or 2. Maybe 1 more income after this. So I mean, it's just 4 appeal plus like 10 money or something, or no, not that much. Obviously doesn't help our own game. The Lesser Bird of Paradise could be a good pickup as well, but there's a chance it doesn't get snapped up. Probably weighing up between the two though, because it is actually a pretty important species diversity tag, and it does go nicely in Australia for that Australia bonus. Actually, I'm kind of leaning more towards the Bird of Paradise now. Tough decision, honestly. I think he's just given away that he really wants that Bird of Paradise. Probably just going to get denied, snapped. Yep, I think that's a great call as well. D-Man not even being interested in the giant panda does telegraph that the Sun Bear is gone for sure. But maybe Blank is thinking it's just a complete mind game, like debating between the Bird of Paradise and the sponsorship vultures, trying to bluff that the Sun Bear is gone. Blanket actually interested in the Gould's Monitor. Did not expect that. Oh, America's release shows up on the display, which, well, we know D-Man already has the Alligator Plate. That's a fantastic release for it. Yeah, but Blanket choosing to do the project first, just really wanting to get to that 5 CP first for the 3 X tokens, actually. I wasn't sure which direction they'd go. But yeah, it does take 2 size reward, which definitely not surprised about. Oh, it actually draws up the Muskox from folder 1, so... I mean, now as D-Man, do you ever spend X's to snap up that America's release? Because that's scary as well. I guess we have Cobra Determination that we can do this move. Maybe it's just Cobra Determination into spending 1x to snap it up. I think, honestly, that's a good move. Yeah, I think this is just the right time to use Cobra, as long as it's to snap it up. Yeah, okay, I think debating putting it in the reptile house now is really signaling that it's going to be snapping up the release, because then releasing the alligator gives you that space back in the reptile house. Oh, the really cute thing is the reptile house is touching Asia, so it means you get the bonus from Asia. Did not actually consider that. Yeah, I think perfect move. Yeah, I would still get build out of the way here. I like that. Maybe looking to actually fill map though with the architectural endgame. I mean, Research Zoo could still be good, but I don't know if we find time to get the 3rd university or not. So maybe filling map is just safer. Like, we're pretty close to it. Yeah, the guild monitor is really interesting, right? I guess I didn't really focus enough on why Blanket snapped up the Gould Monitor. Could be afraid of scavenging, but yeah, that... I think if that is the reason, that's a little bit too paranoid. Because you do have very low odds of scavenging it up. Yeah, D-Man starting with the 4 reptiles. I think you could also definitely start with the Asia release. The Americas release. Because that gives you room to play the tortoise now. And I feel like we want to play tortoise as the next animal, right? We have perfect money. We can do like a cards action. But maybe we just break 5 here. Although, probably actually going to play the Bird of Paradise this move. Yeah, okay. Play the Science Library. Play that Bird of Paradise. You can also look at playing the Red Deer. Just flocks with the Rhino that's already played. Like, we could definitely see Red Deer plus Bird of Paradise. Actually, like, perfect money to play both as well. Blanket opting to go for 3rd University. That is going to give D-Man a little bit more money. But it's also going to get Blanket the 8 CP reward. Which, I mean, might just be a ×2 on sponsors. I kind of like the timing on that. Could also just be a 3 size without build upgraded. I do like the timing of the... okay, spending an X to play animals first. Maybe denying that Bird of Paradise. Okay, there is a Snowy Owl. There is a Snowy Owl. That's not the same Snowy Owl from last game. We also do see Blanket has a 5 size just ready to go in Asia. $14 money left over. Yeah, the Rhino does look like a tiny bit silly now. Because we're still stuck on 3 species. I'm really curious as to how D-Man's gonna play this game out. Because if the Bird of Paradise gets denied here, I'm not sure what the game plan is. Like, obviously we still have America's release as a good project. We have Tortoise. That maybe gets us to like 70 points. But there's no way to finish the game just yet. And also curious if D-Man's going to find the time to get a second partner zoo here. Okay, Blanket has a Coati as second animal. Oh, that's a... what? That is a Coati in the 5 size. That's alarming. I have no idea what that's about. I was looking and thinking there's only a 5 size left, right? And it does go in there. I mean, that should be ringing alarm bells. What is the reason for that? None of the 2 size touches rock. But why do we really need to play the Coati? Can leech off the Americas release, but still, you don't get the 5 size back. Wait, you do get the 5 size back. Is that what you're saying? Oh my god, you do. That has to be a reason to not do the Americas release. That's absolutely crazy. I mean, but now if we don't do the Americas release, what is the plan? I think the immediate plan is spending an X to play this Bird of Paradise. You spend an X... Well, okay, the debate is, do you spend the X? You spend the X, you get the worker, but Blanket's most likely just going to break 10 anyway. You also don't have to spend the X. You could take a reputation as the Australia reward. We see D-Man also has built a random 5 size, just trying to hit something to cross. But I think the decision to get rid of the Sun Bear is really going to come back to haunt D-Man. I'm not sure if Blanket has the win just yet, but I think Blanket's set up fairly nicely. Having said that, I mean, we don't really know what's in Blanket's hand. Okay, see if there is a sponsor to go with the breaking 5. Well, I'm certain that D-Man is now just looking to fill map. Oh, what? It's Blanket's turn for medical breakthrough. Causes break, plays medical breakthrough. Okay, that was a good reason to get the double science uni for sure then. It does get first snap. Yeah, so we got some issues. This 5 size from D-Man is not touching rock. That immediately eliminates a lot of options here. Like, I thought it was originally for the big nose monkey, but it is definitely not for that. It is touching double water, but we know the dugong is already gone. In fact, we know the pelican is already gone as well. There's really only the Sumatran tiger that would fit. I think D-Man's really praying for like an elephant or something. Yeah, the annoying thing is, I think, as D-Man, that you kind of have to do the America's release, even though it does mean Blanket gets the 5 size enclosure back. But I don't really see an option of how to get enough points without doing the release. Might opt to do the cards action first and just see if there's another line. Okay, that's one way. The Nile Crocodile. That is just an instant snap there. I mean, there is nothing else you're snapping ahead of that. It's a perfect animal for that 5 size enclosure. 9 points. Sadly, there's no room for this 3 size bonus from the 8 CP reward. Can't do the predator breeding either. But yeah, you have to do cards to find the 5th species. That's really the answer. You really need a predator here. Oh. Diversity is fairly nice. I wonder if there's lines with like diversity researcher getting a 4 size down somewhere, playing Manga Bay plus Big Nose, but nah, it doesn't. It feels too slow. We really need that 5th species. I think D-Man's going to find a way to fill map. We really don't know how quickly Blanket can actually finish this game. Because I still expect there to be another break. Maybe that's crazy talk. Well, I mean, in the eyes of diversity researcher, all maps are equal, basically. So not being able to fit cable cars is not really relevant to diversity arguments. Or how bad the map is arguments. I mean, diversity is just going to be a solid card here. Okay, Blanket Xing back build. I think Blanket really wants this America's Release to come out, and I don't think I would give it to them. Like, maybe just starting with second Partner Zoo is the way to go, get cards upgraded. In fact, I think I would have liked to see Partner Zoo into upgrade cards before doing the cards action. Just see that extra card, maybe. Yeah, starting with diversity. So he totally knows what's going on here. Yeah, the taper digging could be absolutely huge as well. Bailed by diversity. Bailed how though? I still don't see. Yeah. Blanket had the Savannah all along. Totally baited there. I mean, I think D-Man will be a little bit relieved. Because that means that he can freely play the America's Release. But Blanket does grab Last Partner Zoo along with that project. Does get the extra 2 CD from that, gets to donate as well. This is a good point. Vulture into Sunbear. I think Sunbear, well, Sunbear feels a little bit dead right now. Because just finding actually getting the Asia Partner Zoo is a problem. Because I think ideally D-Man is doing the America's Release and taking a worker as reward so he can do a second project, even if it's just species at 4. And you just don't have time to find the Asia Partner Zoo. But I mean, Vulture into Sunbear would be hilarious. Maybe Vulture into Sunbear if we had the Panda as well would be even better. But yeah, can freely release the alligator now. It does take worker. Oh yeah, okay. Maybe saying bailed because he can take the 3 size, but he doesn't really need the 3 size anymore. I mean, it does help to fill the map, so that's a tiny bit bailed. Actually, I wonder how many spaces there are. Can he fill map with this build action? Is there actually going to be another break? Because I think the answer to that is no. Yeah, Blanket has that 5 size available. Has quite a bit of money. Did choose to donate. But can just do animals into projects. It would have to be a pretty damn good combo to be able to cross in 2 moves. Okay, it is the taper. I think D-Man probably wanted that taper pretty badly, just to be able to dig stuff away. Blanket actually digs away Big Nose, okay. I mean, that tells us that Blanket's very happy with their hand, not digging anything from the hand. But maybe D-Man can reveal something else with the Crocodile double snap. But now I think if the game does go into another round, then D-Man's probably favored. Just as he has so much like enclosure space, he can fit the crocodile in the reptile house, he can fit the tortoise in the 3 size, and there's still an empty 5 size. Right, and Blanket just plays Vulture. So one project's not going to be able to cross. I think there does need to be another break. Maybe Blanket takes like 12 money and plays animals again. Maybe if there's a release project, it's just enough to cross. Release is not the ideal card. I wonder if we're interested in the porcupine dig too. Yeah, probably looking to fill map now. Yeah, okay, we get to fill map easily. Play that sponsorship vultures for 1. And I mean, we have 45 money now. Maybe Blanket's just breaking 7 here, but Blanket still has no enclosures. There's also still... I mean, tortoise is a great lost animal. Well, the thing is there actually going to be another break? Because I think there are lines where Blanket can cross before a break, and D-Man does not want to cause a break. Blank actually doing a build 3 action. No. I think if you're going to do a build 3 action, then you'd probably just break 7. Get a 2 size enclosure during the break. But the scary thing is also obviously giving D-Man even more money with that many empty enclosures. Yeah, maybe Blank is just running out of steam here. Because I think a build 3 action at this stage of the game is not doing very much. That was a size 3 enclosure over 5 money. Okay, starting with the croc. No, I think we always put the croc in the reptile house, right? Can't undo it now. What if we draw into like a furseal or something? Because we're really hunting for that extra species. And the tortoise can always go in the 3 size. I think porcupine's a better snap. Just playing tortoise anyway. I guess just going to finish with species 4. Because it's not like Blanket can leech off it. Blanket only has 3 species. Maybe with species 4 it's just enough for a win. It really depends what final project Blanket has. I mean, Blanket's final project may just be... No, not even America's release. I was going to say leeching off the America's release, but it can't be. Now Blanket's breaking 7. I really wonder if the Sun Bear was picked up there. Because now there are lines where Sun Bear could be enough. There is, of course, the 5th species right on time, but obviously D-Man cannot play it. Because playing it would get him over 100. But Blanket does get the medical breakthrough CP. Plays expert on Asia during the break as well. That's really nice. So, I mean, final action is... Oh my god, imagine if the vulture scavenge was the giant panda. And now we just got a red panda. That would be insane. Is there ever a world where Blanket has giant panda? Because I think D-Man's thinking about that right now. And then if you do species 5, is it enough to win? Species 4, is it enough to win? There would have to be a really lucky scavenge. Animals? Okay, choosing to end with animals. Chameleon plus the bush baby? Chameleons plus 4, bush baby is plus 5, and then that sort of equals to the project. but it also means if Blanket did scavenge the Sun Bear, then Blanket can't leech off Species 5, so it's probably a safer play. We'll see. I'm going to laugh so hard if this is Red Panda, Giant Panda. No, it doesn't look like it. I'm not sure if it is that wrong. I mean, the project helps on Tiebreaker, but you don't get any bonus CP for the last worker. It feels kind of equal. Okay, it looks like Blank's just playing Tamarin plus the Red Panda. Unless it is a Sun Bear. Yeah, just Red Panda. So, I mean, with the extra Pavilion, Blanket does finish with a point lead. 1 CP from Technology Institute. D-Man doesn't hit Science Library, but does have federal grants and diversity research and a maxed out architectural. So I think D-Man has this. 123 to 121, wow. If Blanket did have a maxed out endgame, that is a 1-point win to Blanket. So I'm not sure that Blanket could have had a maxed out endgame. There was already 3 from diverse species, so that Red Panda did come in pretty clutch. Actually, someone have a count on primates. I think that was D-Man's second primate, so it didn't actually affect the diverse species endgame. But that's another consideration as to why animals would have been better than the project.
That was an awful game. I played so bad.
It was an interesting game. How worried were you that Blanket had scavenged the Sun Bear or Giant Panda?
Yeah, that was a concern for sure. I don't know. I don't know if I misplayed that. There wasn't. I don't know. It was very interesting with the taking Science 2 rep early because I wanted to play the animals because I knew I wanted Reptiles 4, so I wanted to get the double animals action, but not getting hand size obviously hurt me.
Yes.
And even round 1, I had I guess Sun Bear just isn't better than the Cobra, right? In peaceful mode.
I was thinking.
I feel like it's just worse, right?
Well, I was thinking mainly Sun Bear's really handy for your species diversity project, which did end up coming back to bite you, but
it did.
You did not find time to grab Asia Partner Zoo at the same time.
I mean, if I kept Sun Bear, I probably would have made it work.
Yeah, it would have been at the expense of something else, though.
Yeah, I really wasn't worried about not hitting my species, with Sun Bear. I was like,
I saw that.
You just feel like you're gonna hit it anyways, and so yeah, then you get to the end game, you're like, oh.
I saw your lack of concern and then the increasingly amount of panic as you did not hit it.
Can I just snap the god tier animal right now, please?
But Blanket is asking for the next map.
So we have.
So I think there's 3, 4. I'm not going to pretend to remember what's left.
3A, 4A, 5A.
Oh, just 3, 4, 5, okay.
Yep. 3. So
okay,
5A.
Park restaurant time. This could be the last game. D-Man is up 2-0 right now. I'm not sure if we can count the first game. That didn't really feel like a game. It felt more like a solo challenge.
Speed run.
But as Blanket will be first player, we'll jump on back to Blanket's POV. Once the game begins. Okay, park restaurant. Projects we have are Predators, Africa, Europe. I think Blanket's in with a good fighting chance this game. Yeah, you see the instant 4 keeps. I'm not sure Vulture's on the same tier as the other ones. Maybe let's stop to think about it for a sec. Vulture is just nice because it goes with the aviary. Obviously, aviary very easy to get on park restaurant. You don't even need to have build upgraded. But there's a good argument to keeping the lemur as first player just gives you instant to Africa. I would probably keep that over the vulture here. You could also consider geological, but yeah, no, I don't think so. Yeah, chat's agreeing lemur over vulture. Blanket saying geological over sunbear, which I don't know about. I mean, sunbear still is a predator. There are lines where we go for like 4 predators. Maybe the line is vulture over geological and scavenge something back from this hand. But I mean, also with Explorer, Sunbear has a lot of value. Just that bear icon, nice for the extra appeal and points. I mean, I think you can't go wrong with Sunbear. The issue is going to be starting Africa Partners Zoo no hand size. The cards that you want to keep going into next round are Eagle, Explorer, Sunbear, which is not that bad because we do get to sunbathe any remaining cards that we draw up, so that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I don't think realistically we're looking to play Vulture in round 1. It's just a fun idea. Like, if your opening hand is stacked and you want the Vulture, then it has extra value because scavenging is probably going to be good. Oh, wow. Look at this. Primate breeding program would be number 1 priority. Doesn't have to take Africa Partner Zoo. Could consider the... No. I think you just always want to play the lemur anyway. I think starting Africa is fine because your sponsor's action is going to be breaking 5. Maybe you do cards at 4 before that just to get some extra sunbathing in. Yeah, this is a primate display. I mean, it's not as good of a primate display as we saw in game 1. At some point during the mid game, there was like 5 out of 6 slots full of primates. But this is nice. D-Man starting with a 3 size over the X token, so heavily suggesting has a strength 6 sponsor. Maybe just really wants to draw up, to snap up that primate breeding. I think the problem with drawing up the Manga Bay here, which I think is Blanket's plan, is that it just encourages D-Man to snap up the primate breeding program. But okay, building a 4 size and not drawing up the Manga Bay. Maybe trying to bait D-Man into drawing up the Manga Bay himself. D-Man doesn't care though. D-Man's just starting with Europe Partner Zoo. Yeah, I think it's a decent bait. You don't actually miss out on too much from building the 4 size over the 3 size because you get the extra income from the restaurant. So I think it's pretty reasonable. And yeah, I do actually like doing cards at 4 here. Because the thing is, you always want to keep Sunbear, Eagle, Explorer, like we said, so it's not like you can carry that breeding program into next round. Maybe you just start with 2 Africa and snap up the primate breeding as your Africa 2 reward. Get sponsors upgraded, play that Explorer, and I guess have a very ugly round 2. Yeah, it doesn't feel great. But I do like cards 4 here. Just get a full sunbathing 3 off, break 5. Everyone's happy. See, what I don't like about snapping the primate breeding, there's cons and there's pros and cons. It means you have to sunbathe the sunbear most likely. And it also means you're not sunbathing you don't get the full value out of sunbathing. But I mean, the pros are that you do the primate breeding and you have now good lines to do 5 Africa. Well, you have the potential to do 5 Africa instead of it at 2. So it's something to aim for. Yeah, that's sort of the line I was looking at, Tobacco. Something similar to that. You do the 2 Africa, you snap the primate breeding, and then you get worker at 2 CP and grab like Asia Partners U to get sponsors upgraded. That does seem nice. But yeah, here we have the lemur. I would expect Sun Bear Cell, yeah. D-Man obviously knows that he can't do cards here, has to play animals first. But did play a cable car. Just starts with a red deer, which is a very non-typical or atypical first animal. Probably signaling that D-Man has the herbivore breeding program. Blanket does a card action at 2. Does drop the good luck emu, which is just here to die. This is the most discarded emu of all time. Yeah, like I said, there's pros and cons. Saving 5 Africa could definitely pay off, but you also may just not find it and just end up doing 2 anyway. Because the manga bay is going to be gone. Obviously, there are other animals apart from the manga bay in Africa. D-Man did build a 2-size enclosure, choosing not to do cards. I think D-Man could have definitely snapped up the links, but maybe just looking to draw from the deck and not discard. And instantly rewarded, there is the communicator. That was the fastest snap I've ever seen in my life. But Blanket looking to snap up diversity most likely. D-Man's already played the cable car, already knows that he's going to upgrade sponsors with the communicator. Oh, chooses the links instead. And is this 3rd game in a row going for 2 CP worker? I mean, I think diversity has a lot of extra value too because you're going to upgrade sponsors anyway for Explorer. It's tough because I think there's definitely some merit to just ignoring the links, don't contribute to Iconic at all towards it, and just let D-Man play it. Meanwhile, you get Diversity Researcher while already having like 2 rocks in hand. I think, yeah, D-Man does have the Herbie breeding program and would fully expect him to snap up Diversity. Gonna upgrade sponsors, play that communicator. I mean, once again out of the opening, I think I like... Well, I think I liked Blanker's position a bit earlier from game 2, but I think D-Man's in a very strong position here. But okay, I mean, Blanket has Europe Partner Zoo, gonna upgrade sponsors here, get that Explorer out next move. Could even just build a 5-size, play Explorer for money, do cards break. D-Man builds another 2-size and draws up a Wombat. Okay. There is the 5-size playing Explorer for money. I'm a fan of that. We can't play the Eagle just yet because Animals is not upgraded. Yeah, D-Man grabs Asia Partner Zoo. Pretty important cards action here. Wow. With build getting ignored, I think side entrance is the obvious discard. And then, would you rather the Africa release or the breeding program? Because you can do both projects very quickly. I think personally I'm opting for the breeding program. The Africa release is just, well, it's scary with cards like the Secretary Bird out there. Obviously, being a better release, but the other side is that you get your 4-size enclosure back. I mean, lack of projects is not a problem for this game. Like, we have 2 Africa to do. We're already on 3 Europe. First snap here, I would... Okay, I can see Raccoon. Raccoon does give you 2 predators as well, but also the native lizards looks pretty nice here. There is also double petting zoo, which I mean should not be that quick to ignore double petting zoo. I think especially in no-build games, petting zoo has quite a bit of value. But I think I would either snap up the raccoon or the native lizards. Yeah, that's a good call. 2 Africa this round. Then you get to do the release to get the 8 CP reward, which is a university. You could also do the release first for the 10 money, although I think 2 rep is nearly as valuable. Maybe not. If you do the release and take 2 size, then you do get 2 rep yourself anyway. D-Man snaps up the Waza Small from folder 1. Yeah. But I think we just saw the main reason for that. No, I guess not. Native Liz was in range. D-Man just plays that from range for 5 appeal. And now triple petting zoo. Oh. But yeah, the scary thing with the Waza Small snap is Waza Special would be the scariest thing. We'll see. Actually choosing to do the release first, which, like, I don't mind, to be honest. You really want the 2 size reward to be able to, like, play the raccoon this move, so you're doing 1 project. But does want that 10 money, does also want the upgrade, may just upgrade animals right before using it. We could definitely see raccoon plus eagle here. But I mean, I would also love to see a petting zoo this move. Just play that horse and donkey. I think that would be a great move. Yeah, D-Man builds one himself. Yeah, I think honestly petting zoo is correct here. You really want to deny all those guys. Especially with Explorer as well. I mean, petting zoo is great with Explorer. But it's most likely just going to be raccoon into like hand-sized university. Yeah, it does get to boost up a SOS. Just looking to see if there's any universities to block. I think it's just hand size over instead of the Science 2 Rep Uni. We don't really have a use for a 3rd worker this round, having already done a project and grabbing a university. Yeah, I agree. I don't think you even need to draw up the horse. You can just play both from range. I mean, the move could still be just building a petting zoo. Oh, the petting zoo. Well, here's the problem. D-Man plays them from range this turn. So yeah, you draw up one of them at the very least. Yeah, I like this a lot. Get that horse. Yeah, but that's why I liked it last move. You can beat D-Man to both of them. And the thing is, D-Man gets the donkey and the rabbit here with the Waza Small. Choosing the donkey over the horse is... I think I'm okay with that. I think that's fine. Yeah, horse, and you just get to drop the... You get to snap the rabbit with the Waz of Small special ability. And the big question is, does D-Man have Waz of Special Assignment? Oh my god, the birds. Okay, those scavenging birds have a lot of extra value here. We know what's in the discard pile. We know it's a sun bear. But here is Blanket. I kind of like playing the Science Library or even the Aquarium from range. Both look like solid moves. Because we definitely don't need to break with 28 money. Like, we have enough money to build whatever we want and then play Lynx plus Donkey. I guess we don't really want to play the Lynx right now. Play Aquarium to draw Science Library. I like that a lot as well. You especially do not want to give the Diversity Researcher player the Aquarium, so yeah, deny that for sure. So I mean, okay, we know D-Man has 4 cards in hand. One of them is the Rabbit, one of them is Diversity Researcher. So that's a huge reason to get rid of the Aquarium. And yeah, it doesn't fit in very many spots. So I think anywhere you put it, or doing cards first. I mean, I think D-Man always plays Aquarium from range if it fits. Having said that, I mean, that was a very nice card draw. The Bison is just straight up 5 Europe. And funnily enough, if we did build Aquarium in the bottom left, then there's no room for a 5 size anymore. Looks like empty Petting Zoo meta is back. Yeah, this is always Aquarium. Yeah, D-Man does have room. I mean, Blanket probably just does end up breaking 5 here. D-Man hasn't spent a worker this round, I don't think. That does give Blanket some nice advantages. Break 5, you just have money to stay in the next round forever. What's the plan? You can play like the Macaque plus the Hornbill or something. I don't know, you can play like the Macaque plus the Marabou next round. Support 2 Africa. Get an Aviary, be able to play the Vulture, move the Marabou into the Aviary. Marabou and... Do you leave the Vulture? Do you snap up the Science Library? It's a little bit scary leaving the Science Library. I mean, we know D-Man has that Diversity Researcher, but... Oh yeah, it also has the Aquarium, so yeah, maybe the Pelican's just a much higher priority, of course. Oh, Cheetah. Oh no, there's the Africa release. D-Man doesn't snap up the Cheetah. So then, in Blanca's position, can you just end the game fast enough before D-Man can get out all these valuable sponsors? The answer might just be yes. This is not a pilfer monkey, let's remember. It's a sprint monkey. So yeah, I think playing the Marabou first makes more sense. It's the animal that you always want to play, and here's the sun bear. There is another project. Always happy to see those. In fact, that's a project that we can do this turn instead of 2 Africa. There is Europe number 6. I think these draws are pretty damn good. D-Man builds that 5 size for the vulture, but that's a sneaky 5 size. That is a 5 size for the cheetah. And I'm sure that D-Man's about to play cheetah from range here. Actually, I'm not sure if he can afford it. He doesn't have Africa Partner Zoo. Well, this is the funny thing. Africa 5 might be back on the menu. Oh, okay, 8's... Oh, cards is already upgraded. Beautiful. Okay. That's perfect timing. I think Blanket's running away with this game now. Good aviary timing. Actually gets to clear up the 5 size. I forgot about the eagle getting played earlier as well. Now there's just room for the bison. There's room for whatever. There's room for the lynx. You have just money to play everything. Obviously a little bit sad the vulture's gone. But it's not like we could play the sun bear if it came back anyway. I mean, you might as well just build a 5 size. Yeah, deny that petting zoo. Good. I mean, why not at this stage? I think interesting timing as well. D-Man played the science library on the last move. I really wonder if he still has that diversity researcher, because normally you would play the diversity researcher first. But that could suggest he has more rocks and water in hand, that he wants to max out the money gain. Might be looking to just play the taipan from range for his cable car as well this turn. Let's play the vulture first. And that rabbit from before. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Does not get to use the Waza's small power because did not play 2 small animals. I mean, this is a hell of a sponsor magnet. I don't know how many of these we want to play. We probably play Zoo School if it fits. It does fit in the top at the very least. Yeah, straight into links to 5 Europe. Blanket has 3 workers now to do another project. Still 19 money. I think Blanket's going to win this game in the next... Well, next break for sure. I was going to say next couple of moves, not quite that quickly. And still has potentially 5 Africa incoming. Like, we have the cheetah, and then a 3 card draw with the cheetah. There's a possibility we hit the 5th Africa with that sprint action. Could definitely see Expert on Australia played this move here. Just get to pouch an extra card while it's available. D-Man probably debating hard whether to snap up the giant tortoise or not, but I mean, probably in D-Man's position, you just have to find something better from the deck. Although D-Man does not have hand size right now. I'm not sure we know too much about his hand, actually. I think the only card we're pretty confident on is Diversity Researcher. Or actually snaps up Adventure Playground. That's surprising. Okay, Blanket does have time to do cards, although I think I'd really prefer playing a sponsor here. But maybe just really hunting for that 5th Africa. Okay, I guess the main point of it was denying the tortoise, but actually hits Determination Adder. which, I mean, is not the best determination animal. It is still an extra turn, though. Yeah, it is a nice change of pace. D-Man actually thinking about his turn for once. D-Man has been blitzing out these first couple of games. Okay, but I mean, that's good news for D-Man. Does get to do the Vulture release. Gets to ×2 now, and I think it's a safe ×2 because Blanket's nearly always doing the project here. 5 Europe. 5 Europe into what? I'm not sure what reward. Probably just the money, although I don't think money's going to be that relevant coming up. Yeah, I think you just start with Europe. Don't really see a reason not to start with Europe here. X tokens is pretty safe as well. You could potentially use the X tokens to play 2 sponsors here. That's if D-Man doesn't break, but I mean, most likely D-Man just breaks. Oh, these end goals actually looking horrendous. Did not get a glimpse of those. Architectural is the choice. It's at least going to be 1 with the water on the left getting connected by a 2 size, but really have to hope to find like a posturing animal or something to touch this rock on the right. I mean, it's still clearly a better choice than aquatic. Okay, D-Man does play that adventure playground that got snapped up, does cause the break. I think these are fine keeps. We actually managed to find a kangaroo during that last card's action. So that's perfect to flop with the bison. Like, how close is this to actually being over? Because I think there is a... Maybe you want to keep one of the sponsors to play this action. But yeah, we can like play cheetah plus kangaroo. That's plus 17. Maybe there's just a tiny possibility that you find the 5th Africa. You can play cheetah into 5th Africa into 5 Africa. But also you can just do cheetah into 4 predators, which is just as good, really. D-Man does get first snap, instantly snaps up the bamboo forest, which is kind of necessary with the bison already being played. It does leave that 5th Africa tag. I do not know if Blanket actually needs it, though. In fact, it seems more like a pain trying to build for that 5th Africa enclosure. I'm not sure if it's completely necessary. Okay, plan is to build for it. So, I mean, that's probably the finishing line right there then. Cheetah plus tortoise, you get great timing on the sunbathing. You get to do 5 Africa. Then you get to play adder and kangaroo. I don't know if we have quite enough money to do all of that. But adder plus kangaroo into 4 predators is just how the game finishes. D-Man playing his small animal brigade. The donkey was scavenged from that vulture scavenge. So that is 3rd petting zoo for D-Man. How do D-Man's endgames look, actually? I don't think they're too great. He's hit Science Library, has not hit Cable Car or Aquarium. They've been pretty non-factors this game, actually. Zoo School fits nicely to X-Pack cards. I'm not sure that that's necessary either. But Zoo School is still okay to get the extra rep, which is another CP itself. Victory Column's a decent card to go with the Zoo School. Maybe we have an extra X token or two. Rep. Surely just sell the Hornbill. Well, should really calculate money first. But I guess we can take 12 money, so there is enough to play both the adder and the kangaroo. Though, if you're taking 12 money, then you should sell one less card, because it gives you an extra card to pouch. Although, we probably just get that extra card from Zoo School anyway. Great point, Grok. Victory Column touches that last rock. That's a really good catch. Yeah, I think this is correct order, doing the project first into 12 money. Then you can do the double sponsor action. Then you get the clever. It boosts the SOS back up. Yeah, this looks like a really clean finish from Blanket. Zoo School plus Victory Column. I hope Blanket's going to remember about that one rock spot. Yeah, I mean, D-Man's just doing cards now. It looks like it's pretty over. Only has 20 money. No real clear next project to do. I think we have enough X tokens to be able to be playing Victory Column as well. It's basically an extra 4 points. Can't undo the move now, though, if we're drawing from deck. Yeah, we definitely had the X tokens as well. That's a slight missed opportunity, but I don't think it's going to matter. Okay, there is the diversity researcher from D-Man. I mean, that's some decent endgames, but D-Man does have a 5 size and 30 money. Obviously know that he can't have the golden eagle. Could still have the bald eagle. Could have a determination cobra as well. But I think this is just very clean finishing. So yeah, slight miss. I think playing Victory Column is 2 points better. You get one less pouch. Yeah, Victory Column was +2. Gives you +4, but then you... Well, maybe you get the endgame from Victory Column as well. Beautiful sequence, though. Last worker as well. Finishing on 123 plus 1 endgame from architectural, but should be more than enough. Yeah, and it's just going to be Flamingo plus Tasmanian Devil. Which is nice for diversity maxing out. And a very decent amount of endgame points, but yeah, 19-point win to Blanket there. That was incredibly clean, 28 turns. Basically, like the first game was 28 turns as well. Blanket calling.
Okay, that felt like game one.
I don't think it was at the extent of game one. Everything just sort of clicked nicely though for Blanket. Yeah, it was very clean gameplay.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah, Blanket calling the reverse sweep incoming. It is now 2-1.
Oh boy. Okay, we have 2 maps left. We have
just 3 and 4, right? Map 3 and 4.
Yes, 3 and 4. And it will be 4.
Commercial Harbor, all right. We'll switch back to D-Man's point of view. I'd be pretty happy being first player on either of these maps. Although if it does go to a game 5, Blanket will have that first player advantage. Hoping for a close match. Very interesting opening. Yeah, I think Hippo's the clear first keep. Really nice having that. Just first player to grab the Africa Partner Zoo. It's a really nice first animal to be able to play. Keeps the giraffe to go with it. Giraffe is a slightly better release for Bamboo Forest. It has a bit of extra value because we're already going to have the Partner Zoo discount from it. I also think Adventure Playground's alright to keep. Maybe Diversity Researcher has some better long-term value. Because both sponsors would have contributed to the endgames, D-Man having Climbing Park and Research Zoo. Yeah, obviously not needing to start with Africa, although I might have just started with Africa anyway. Draws randomly. You can probably just afford to sell the lorikeet straight up. Okay, we have a rock versus water battle. Blanket starting with Water Playground over connecting to the harbor, and actually draws up the Galapagos tortoise. That's kind of scary. Yep. Don't do cards. You got to grab that Africa Partner Zoo. Not getting that would hurt the game plan a lot. Blank actually starting with a 5 size. A 5 size and selling a card straight away. D-Man doing cards himself. Instantly sells that sea turtle tank. Yeah, but now you can start selling cards. Whilst the small does have a bit more extra value than normal here on Commercial Harbour, being able to sell those extra cards. Blanket just grabbing hand size. I wonder if Blanket has the first seal. D-Man may just be waiting for Blanket to do cards, but yeah, instead opting to do the actually, D-Man has a really nice combo. He's selling cards to make it happen, I think. If you can play the giraffe and hippo together, and that allows you to break 5 instantly from nowhere. But instead, Blanket plays a cheetah as first animal, which is obviously... Oh... Okay, it's still safe. Playing the cheetah first is scary as the first animal if you have a release for it, but even without the release, getting the 3 cards on this map, it does pay for itself pretty fast. Yeah, I think actually working out money nicely, building a 4 size, maybe being a bit deceiving as well. But does get that extra card draw, then you sell 2 cards. You can afford both. Just actually like perfect money to be able to afford both, but yeah, you have to sell the rear and the taipan here. Blanket does play the cheetah now, but will have to discard at least 1 card to get to draw 3, sell 1. Sneaky little giraffe plus hippo, I like it. And then obviously the 4 size can come back as a 4 size once the giraffe gets released. But I think relatively even start. I guess it hinges a lot on, does Blanket have the release for the cheetah? Yeah, gotta sell first. But I mean, obviously you're very happy if you're playing 13 appeal worth of animals in the first round. Plus the adventure playground, so that does give D-Man a little bit of an income lead. Has Associate 5 ready to go for the Africa 2 support. Yeah, I think build 4 was a fantastic move. Not only for like, it served 3 purposes really. You deceive with the giraffe, just in case you can catch the opponent off guard. You get the 4 size back anyway with the bamboo forest, and it does give you that important extra card to sell. So yeah, absolutely brilliant move. And I probably would not have seen it if I was playing. So full credit. Blanket really thinking hard about the 1 card to discard, so that could mean a few things. Could mean that there's 6 really good cards in the hand, or it could mean there are 6 really bad cards in the hand. Really don't know. Or it could mean there are a couple of bad cards and just deciding which one is worse. Looks like no release for that cheetah, just starting with Asia Partner Zoo. Very interesting. Splitting Asia Partner Zoo, 1 Partner Zoo, 1 University. Then I think if there's no release for the cheetah, that gives D-Man a very strong start. Actually, I don't think he's gone for a single 2 CP worker this game, this series. Right, we're seeing Blanket do it every single game this series so far, but I don't think D-Man's done it once. With Blanket grabbing that Asia Partner Zoo, I think snapping the Dusky Leaf does make a lot of sense. There was the potential for primate breeding program, and if that was the case, it just denies it completely. And Blanket breaking 5 is a really good sign for D-Man as well. No sponsors, no projects is a position you really don't want to find yourself in. And this could be the deciding game. If D-Man wins this, the series is just over. Just building 4 right now. Kiosk Pavilion. 2 size for the monkey could work. You can still afford to play it. There is room in that 4 size for the tortoise once the giraffe gets released. Blanket throws down a 3 size. Definitely not as scary in peaceful mode. So I would kind of expect it to be a peafowl over the macaque. But we're about to see. It is peafowl, so it starts Blanket off on getting towards 5 Asia. Good like kiosk location for income, but what I'm looking at now is D-Man's just got a point lead and has another project lined up ready to go straight away. And has 2 very decently playable animals to go, so I think everything's just like clicking along for him. Meanwhile, Blanket has no projects, no sponsors to play. Well, had no sponsors last round at least. There's just yet another project for D-Man snapping up that sea cave. This is what can happen when you have an early project lead. You have snapping advantage over your opponent. You just get to snap all the good cards from the display, and there's just very few ways to catch up. Not that we're counting Blanket out completely. So, okay. Good reason to play the peafowls, the bird breeding program. Not sure what you want to snap up here. Maybe the lemur for the Africa tag. Expert in small animals, interesting. And another 2 CP worker. All 4 games. I am impressed. Snowy Owl appears, which Blanket would be very interested in. It does match that Asia-based project. It is playable once if you can get like the ornithologist as well. I'd be very surprised if D-Man took 5 money over the 2 size here though. 2 size is one of those rewards that you just always want to have on Commercial Harbor. Just so you can get like the ×2 during a break and just have it ready to go for the last round. So it's like it being a mandatory reward, it feels like you should just take it over the 5 money. I'm not sure what advantage the 5 money has for us immediately. Interesting. So we also get also choosing the size 3 over the X tokens. Oh wow, Blanket has expert on Asia. I'm not sure about the size 3 over the X tokens. So size 3 is a really nice reward when you're not planning on upgrading build. So it's a bit less important for D-Man, but more important for Blanket. But 3x tokens is just a solid reward anyway, just in any position. It's interesting. And the thing is that you can play the tortoise into the 4 size and get the 4 size back anyway with the Sea Cave release. Although it is a little bit dangerous throwing out all these mid-size releases when there are opportunities to release better animals from Blanket's point of position. Blanket is just Xing back animals. D-Man does cards action at 4. Doesn't need to sell. You can sell with the tortoise. Blanket spends an X there to get second university, upgrade. Oh my god, actually upgrades build and cards. That's going to make for a very interesting last upgrade. I mean, I did kind of expect cards already being on 6 reputation and just the fact that we're on Commercial Harbor. Did not see the build coming though. Yeah, actually using the tortoise and sunbathing nothing, that's quite painful. So you could make the argument you can sunbathe the barn owl and then be able to play the macaque. Might just be better for tempo, but the barn owl's a very strong animal on this map, especially when there's a snowy owl on display. And oh boy, Blanket just plays Waza special on small and hits an adder, a determination adder, and Blanket does have expert in small animals in hand. I think we could be looking at a 2-2 overall game state. I mean, I think the only missing piece of the puzzle for Blanket is just getting animals upgraded. Yeah, but I think break 7, just get rid of that snowy owl 100%. Snap up that snowy owl. It's also going to be a decent... Ooh, low mountain range though. Still snowy owl I think is a better snap. What's Blanket going to do? Release a small bird? Blanket can't play any big birds anymore. I think not taking snowy owl there is a big mistake. Oh my god. Okay, no. Blanket does snap up the donkey here, but is going to drop the Snowy Owl this move for sure. Along with the Ornithologist, I would expect. If there's no Ornithologist draw, then it means Blanket already has 2 birds in hand, but there's no way it's not the Snowy Owl. But meanwhile, on the display for D-Man, there is the Rhino that's just appeared. I think that's a very high priority target. Not the easiest to get right now. But the great thing is that you're very safe to just do all these mid-sized releases now, knowing that Blanket can't release any big animals. I'm still maybe even a bit surprised to see University now over the 2-size rewards still. Okay, does really want that animals upgrade. Fair enough. ×2 on cards I don't mind either. Although it's a little bit sad to be getting ×2 on cards and not having hand size. Oof, but keeping Climbing Park. No. Blanket for sure grabbing Europe Partner Zoo just to be able to play that Determination adder. Does get the animals upgraded, yeah. This game is going to steamroll out of control very quickly, I think. Like, it does play Migration Recording, but a little less impactful without those big releases. But still going to be nice to be able to do things like play Adder into Sea Cave release. D-Man is building again. Feels like we have a lot of enclosures right now. Like, a lot of empty enclosures. We're also about to see a ton of cards without hand size. There's some good card draws in that lot. Discarding one is tough. Probably just the macaque that goes out of all of these. But we just hit 3 Asia tags in 1 card draw, is that right? Yeah, triple Asia tag in 1 card draw. Now, the annoying thing is, the tiger and the red panda don't appear to be playable very soon. I don't think it's... We really don't want to grab the double Science University. But if it's to be able to play both, then it may just be worth it. I think really debating now, is it worth going for 5 Asia or not, because we know Blanket already has 4 Asia in hand with the Snowy Owl at the very least. Not the barn owl. Does snap of the rhino. I do like the rhino snap. But start selling cards, please. But that's why you always draw from the deck. The pelican appears now. Perfect animal for the low mountain range. Okay, here is the extra action. I wonder if it's just going to be extra action into break 3, because it definitely could be. Oh, there's a raccoon played. It's just going to be extra action into adder release. Wow. Yeah, leeching off that sea cave. And getting 2-size reward, which is a huge reward when you have Waza special on small. Whoa. Really interesting. Choosing to actually do a Europe release for the adder instead. I wonder why. I mean, the why is the extra rep, but is it really that necessary to get the extra rep? But okay, we have a single sprint, which is going to get sold immediately. We can afford the rhino. What's that project, though? Species diversity? Then we really want to keep the red panda. But it's so annoying to play that red panda. Also, it's really sad that we're not able to play the pelican first. And still no hand size, so we got to start selling. Okay, we already sold the alligator. It's fine. Yeah, have been noticing on BGA sometimes. I think the developers are trying to remove like this tooltip bug with cards, but I have been noticing cards sort of stick on the screen a bit longer, which is a bit annoying at the moment.
Hello.
Hello?
Are we on stream?
Yeah, we're streaming.
Do they mind if I'm here?
You're welcome to join. Do you know what's happening right now?
No clue.
We're on game 4 of this best of 5, so current score is 2-1 to D-Man, but it looks like Blanket's pretty far ahead this game, I would say. And D-Man looks in a pretty stuck position.
Waza Small is definitely a killer.
Not only Waza Small, but also Migration Recording, has Expert in Small Animals in hand.
To be fair, Waza Small plus Migration Recording, kind of an anti-synergy.
A little bit, but we've already seen one release from it.
Oh no, it's 3 points. I'm scared.
Hey, it's also the instant X token when you play it. It was the second science to be able to play the Boa Cleverer. This is in peaceful mode, by the way. Every animal is peaceful. But yeah, we can see D-Man thinking about this turn when he's been... Oh no. He's done a Dwarven!
What did he do?
He just sold species diversity. That is your signature move.
I haven't done that often.
You've done it though. I can safely say I've never done it. Okay, that's not true. I might have done it.
I have so many projects that I don't need species diversity, and it's just to deny it. But like, here I assume it's because you're just too far away from it, right?
He's very far away from it. He does have a Pelican release coming, but I don't see like the projects on the horizon after the Pelican release, and we're on Commercial Harbor with the ×2. So like, I think you at least keep the project for a last round project, even if it's only for like 3 or 4.
He doesn't have hand size. That's the big thing.
Yeah, that's a huge thing.
So he needs the release, and he wants Asia 5, and I think Asia 5 also has good animals, which is why he got rid of species.
But the other thing is, I think Blanket's winning the race to Asia 5 very easily here. Blanket also has a Snowy Owl in hand.
I mean, I guess just a rock in a hard place where there's just like nothing good to sell. Cause I like Komodo, Sumatran are both amazing animals, and they.
Yeah, the issue with this Sumatran is it's not playable for quite a while. There's no second science.
Oh, there is no second science. Oh, that's awful.
And there's also...
It might be over.
We're about to get second worker, but then we're grabbing double science uni and then causing break and then playing Tiger and then doing Asia 5. I think Blanket's just like
Probably
2 moves
Pelican
away.
release first, take Uni reward for 2 Science Uni, and then do it that way.
Here's the kicker. Uni reward's already been taken by D-Man.
I was like, oh, that seems like a pretty solid line, and then I look at it, and then, no, the Uni reward's taken for the Science 2 rep. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, it's over. We're done.
It does look that way. We're going to see lesser Flamingo here into the Snowy Owl, I think. And I'd fully...
Like, just doesn't have Asia icons, right? Wait, Snowy Owl is an Asian icon.
Snowy Owl is one, yeah. So I'm a little surprised it wasn't played there. But it does play the Boa Cleverer to Cleverback build.
Yeah, why would you clever now? You want to clever up a Soch. Doesn't really do anything for you.
Blanket may just be looking to break 7 next move or something. I'm not sure that Blanket has a project to do.
Interesting.
Break 7, keep the good times rolling with playing small animals? No? Okay, there is a project.
Oh, the release, Sea Cave. That's why they played that one.
Yes, yeah, okay. Makes sense. We're going to see Expert and Small played from 8.
This gives them maybe enough money to do another animals action. Everything they have is really cheap.
Yeah.
13 money is probably enough.
And
right?
you can just sell cards.
Slightly inefficient. Moto, it's okay. Probably just Pavilion Pass, right?
D-Man has been building a lot this game. I think overbuilding a bit. But there's a potential for map fill.
Can't be right? I guess you could have 2 chooses. Okay, no, that makes sense. But like, is he going for map fill here? I don't see the plan. Why hasn't he taken 2 size reward yet?
There's a potential for map fill, I think.
Well, that can't be right though. It's so slow, and he doesn't have 2 size reward. I mean, if he gets 2 size reward next, maybe.
That's what I'm most
really
shocked
close.
about. The fact that he hasn't taken 2 size at all. At some point.
That's weird, right? It's also better on this map.
Yes, that's what I was saying. It's the best on this map.
Yeah, and why is build upgraded? You're going minimal upgrades and then you upgrade build as your upgrade. That's not how this works. You're not supposed to do that, you know?
Okay, here's a fact that's going to impress you. At game 4 in this series, Blanket has taken 2 CP worker in every single game.
Yeah, and they're winning, so...
Well, winning this game...
Right now?
Nah, not winning the first 2. We're in a bit of a reverse sweep situation going on right now.
Oh, yeah. No, you need to take 2 CP worker for the reverse sweep. That's what Panda did to me. It's destined, you know?
It is happening.
Oh, okay. So the 2 size placement was wrong because you needed one of them next to Rock. Look at them. Yeah, I was like, something's not right about that 2 size. I can't figure out what, but now I know. Oh god, you have to take worker as well. That's really bad.
I think the answer might just be university plus partners do this move.
There's no way.
I'm not seeing many good lines here. Like, you have the Pelican release, but the Tiger is still unplayable. Maybe you...
Partner Zoo is useless. I would never take a Partner Zoo here. You need your X tokens.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. So maybe the line is just, well, I don't know, just university here, but it's the same thing as doing the release.
To be fair, the correct line was probably okay, sure. Because the science, the Sumatra Tiger was so unplayable, the line was probably keep species diversity, Cell Tiger like earlier.
I agree.
But now you've made your bed. You have to weigh in it, I guess.
I think obviously having species diversity here would be huge, but I also think D-Man got kind of stuck in game 2, getting species diversity, but never finding a 5th species icon. So I think he really did not want that to happen a second game.
Oh, yikes. Oh no, I know why this is. It's so they can constrict them. I
There's no
guess.
constriction.
Oh right, there isn't. Well, what's he doing?
I think he's praying. I think he's.
Oh yeah, see Asia, easy. And then you can use the anaconda clever. Of course.
Well,
And then you can get engineer for your map fill. Of course. It's all lining up.
there is Snowy Owl.
Wait, has Blanket not taken the ×2 yet?
Yeah, I'm fairly confident Blanket still has the ×2.
Then I feel like they should have covered it by now. Weird.
Well, I think at the
Oh, they're gonna
time.
cover it with the, yeah. Okay, yeah, with this. And and they have Asia 5 and an end game. Yeah, I assume they have an end
I think at the
somewhere.
time, yeah, there's the Water Dragon. I mean, the game could. Well, the game's probably not over in one move, but
Maybe two.
I think at the time the Rhino project on species diversity was correct.
I mean, it had to be, right?
Yeah.
What other option was there? Habitat. That's even worse. I mean, I think it's still right? Like you could have easily gotten it, especially with this quaddy. Um, the tiger bait is real.
I mean, D-Man's one turn short of getting Asia here. Asia 5. I mean,
No, two.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, with clever, yeah, one. Just one.
Yeah, and
Engineer. Okay.
well, I think map fill is certainly not happening. I think we can agree on that.
Yeah. No, but you gotta believe, you know? The crazy thing is you probably still have to take two sides of a word to efficiently like get the ×2. Like you still need it.
Okay, we have Asia 5. I'm not sure what the plan is for D-Man. How do you navigate this? Do you just do Pelican release, get the X... No, you have to take ×2, but you can't cause the break, and Blanket's just going to end in a move. Oof.
The right move is to lose and cry.
I mean,
Oh yeah, it's over.
I think that's the line that we're going towards. There is migration popping off for that extra CP again.
Wait, is that an end or is that 98? Oh, it's 98 because you blocked the uni. Easy. Calculated.
Well, I think Blanket's very happy doing an animal's action to finish anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Don't they still have petting zoo? And some other stuff.
I'm not sure of any cards that Blanket has. But either
Are you
way,
a fan
it's
of
a clear victory.
I remember that I saw a donkey when I was looking at their screen. But are you a fan of building prospective petting zoos with Waza small? With none in hand? Would you do
Yeah,
that?
sure. I mean, if you have build upgraded, yeah.
Okay, but who's upgrading builds? Let's be real here.
Well, both players this
Apparently
game.
these two. Oh, both players, yeah. Hmm. I'm looking at the board. It just can't be right on D-Man's. I don't know. But I didn't wasn't tuned in for the starts, maybe. And also like being on one worker for so long feels awful. Like was two CP worker not an option for him?
Well, D-Man had quite a lot of early projects, but he just ran out of steam. Oh my god,
Okay.
Tortoise. Oh, that Tortoise is from the card draw, the very first card draw of the game. From Blanket's side. That is
Clutch.
commitment.
Yeah. Panda would be proud. It is the best animal in the game.
Yeah, oh yeah, D-Man's endgame is also Geo Rocks.
Yes. Man, can't get any worse for him.
At the very least, he crossed,
That's
but
famous zoo.
that's a 27 turner. That's the fastest so far. We've had 3 games, 28 turns or less.
Nice. I mean, yeah. the meta's fast paced now. We're going sub 30 constantly.
Well, you missed the
I
first
feel like
game. The first game was broken from D-Man. It was just disgusting. It was 143 in 28 turns.
Jesus Christ. I feel like I'm having more sub 30 turn games than over 30. Like the meta is just like faster than 30 turns now, just generally.
Do you think there's any argument that sub 30 turn is more common in friendly mode? Or not a difference?
It might be more common in friendly mode because friendly modes, at least in this community, is between higher level players.
Well, I mean, but also
And
the
higher
fact that
level
there's no
players.
constriction, no pilfering, no hypnosis, that sort of
Friendly
thing.
mode. Oh, I thought friendly mode like no elo. Okay, friendly mode as
Yeah,
in
I mean peaceful mode is what I should be saying.
yeah, peaceful. Okay. Yeah, probably right because there's more beneficial effects for you and you slow other people down less. Ooh, easy.
All right, we're gonna
I
change
believe the
over to
respect. Oh my
blanket
god, wait, is there
stream.
species up? Oh. Okay, yeah, D-Man's got a good hand.
D-Man has a good hand. I think Blanket has an alright hand.
It might be worse than I thought. You can get round 1 talented communicator down though.
Oh, interesting. Blanket has a pretty clear path to 2 Americas, but I'm not sure about this Tamarin Keep.
It looks like the best animal in the hand. I would do it.
Yeah, but we're starting with America's partners, who it looks like. I don't see when it gets played.
My counterpoint is: you see when anything else gets played. Like, would you keep a wolf for the release? I'd keep a
Yes, I
long-term
would keep a
Tamarin over
wolf.
a wolf.
This is a wolf with a spotted hyena compound, let's keep in mind.
Oh wait, true. Oh, that is true. Hey, easy.
Easy explorer. Yeah, okay, we can draw up the hyena compound. There's also a koala. That's interesting. But I think it. Oh my god, there's a native farm as well. What the heck?
Oh wait, yeah. Updated Silver Lake is good for native farm, right?
It's
Ooh, and native farm is good
fantastic
for
for it.
species. I would still take explorer though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking
Whoa, why
explorer
not?
and
That's
hoping to get native farm.
that's a little too much hoping.
Well, I don't see any
Just
reason we wouldn't get it. But also, I'd start with spotted hyena here for sure.
yeah, for sure. Because then America's Partners is really weird because you don't get the kiosk from it, right?
Exactly, because I think that is the next move. Unless Blank is just going for double science uni, which is possible.
Oh yeah, double sign snowballs. Yeah, I like that. I'd do it.
Yeah, you can even bait D-Man into going America's Partners and beat him on 2 Americas.
Well, to be fair, then it becomes a break chicken round 1.
Which we all love, but I think the reason for starting Partners is the breeding corporation, which is just a pretty dead card if we're starting double science.
Yeah. I mean, this is. I'm a little. Yeah. I mean, the reason you go Cameron is that like 2 CP like degenerate paths, but like I don't know.
How is the sound chat, by the way? Do I need to boost Dwarven up a little bit? This is the most important. I'm a little bit surprised that Spotted Hyena wasn't the first sponsor played.
Could be tacitly giving up on species.
Why? Because we
Because like
drew up Explorer as the first move.
yeah, I don't know. Like I have no clue. Like I don't see why you wouldn't do it. Maybe they didn't see a good spot for it, but there is a good spot. It's next to the.
Yeah, just all around the
Oh,
rock or something.
who's it? Oh no, that doesn't work because you're a little late on the science. Yeah, this is a tough. Like build like a 2 size
Okay, you build a tooth, certainly. Or do you reckon D-Man has the Veiled Chameleon? It's a suspicious one size first move.
Well, I know his hand, so I'm not gonna comment. And I assume we're
I think it's a pretty
Veiled
reasonable
Chameleon would be
guess.
pretty cool though. Yeah. Well, to be fair, I mean, I don't see a lot of reason to keep a blank Veiled Chameleon in this. I guess there's lizards,
Yeah,
reptiles.
it's not
Yeah.
blank. It's a
Definitely do
species,
Veiled
and there's
Chameleon.
reptiles.
Yeah.
Sea turtle tank.
That's
What?
the reason I do like keeping Veiled Chameleon in the opening hand, especially when you don't have snap priority. Being able to like have control over
Two size,
one
two size.
two size
The
two size.
kiosk.
Ah.
Okay, good.
Hey, there we go. Value.
Give us a spoiler. Is
going
D-Man about
twice.
to play Sea Turtle Tank?
No, unfortunately, it's not.
Okay, I mean,
Native
this
farm.
is always snapping native farm. Why you can also
You
grab
can do
double
it.
science.
A Soch first. Still, I don't think you want to do 2 cards actions. Your hand is too good.
Yep.
So it's gonna be a race. The interesting thing is that it's a race for species, but you have more. I'm definitely sure you have more. Ooh. This is really interesting. Because so now we know that the one size is probably America's, right?
Yeah,
So it's
pretty
probably like macaw.
signaled there.
Yeah, so it's macaw or it's raccoon, and then you cry about species.
It could also be like tamarin or something. The other tamarin.
Oh, golden lion tamarin. Yeah, but that's a really bad America's. But I guess it's like the only one you have. But like those are the 2 I'm most scared about, of course, like the double species and the posturing.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess it's the macaw because we have looked at D-Man's hands. But I mean, I think Blanket's okay staying in this round a little bit. Gonna get the spotted hyena compound. Can actually draw up the native farm. I wonder if there's ever a line where you like clever back cards, play hyena compound over the card draw.
Why would you not just build like a 2 size over it?
I mean, hyena compound just fits there nicely. It fits, it sits.
Ooh.
There is the raccoon. And you said D-Man also has a talented communicator, is that correct?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, doing cards here loses America's too. That's a huge deal.
It's Jover. That's a really big misplay. That's really big. Because you could have easily stalled them out, right? You win the stall race most of the time.
I think so. With a handful of sponsors, like you want to build around
Your
native
hand
farm
is full of
anyway.
sponsors. You have draws. Like it's just god.
Yeah, we can
And
see.
so
We can see Blanket typing there. I guess I should have clevered back. Or missed the hunt. No.
that kills your map really badly. I wouldn't do that.
I would totally build it there. This is native farm we're talking about.
Yeah, it's a native farm, but oh god. There's surely better ways to do native farm.
I think we're just all in on. Well, there's no other line apart from all in on species diversity.
Yeah. It's the only path.
Like snap
If
up,
it was a
snap up
2/5
water dragon.
species, if it was 2/5 species, this would be better. But 3/5 species, and you're going all in, you have basically nothing else. It's really tough.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to snap up like water dragon this move. Just grab like.
Can't.
Yeah, okay, not this move, but this round. Yeah, get build upgraded in here. build over the rep.
Then this becomes a really bad Okay, yeah, the reason I liked it in the other spot is it's about as good for native form, especially if you're gonna get it out this round, right?
Yeah, I mean, you really have the choice of either building up or putting the hyena compound up. I think they both do the same job.
2 CP.
I mean, there's no
Oh, wait,
way
no,
D-Man's
T-Com.
going to take 2 CP if he has
You're
Taco.
right, yeah.
Does get that 2
No.
size.
See, here's the line. You do 2 CB worker into T. Have you ever done 2 CB worker plus worker from the display? I mean, from the reward.
You've given me that line in one of my games, and it scared me too much. But there's
Oh
been
yeah, I
valid
did, yeah,
there's been valid times.
yeah. I did it once. It was only with with a sloth bear, so I could immediately boost up a search for another project.
Yeah, that's hot.
But yeah, it's a really sick line. I like it. I'm a fan. But it's just so rarely good. But in for example, like a species race, and like you could do it and get away with it probably because you just want a lot of workers.
What's
Just
the
stall the opponent out.
what's the action order here? What action are you? What is it? Just the wallaby right this turn? Is it a cards fall, which is what I was about to suggest? But then you're really mad if you don't hit the 5th species.
Oh god, this is awful. I would do cards for and pray for a high roll, but it's probably wrong.
Yeah, I mean the one
But it also
size is
gives you
clearly for
pouch. It's
the
you stuff the pouch gives you extra appeal. Like it has to be. It's very consistent, and it's not consistent because you want water dragon, but this loses a pouch, so this loses 3 appeal at the minimum. It's a 1 animal's action.
yeah.
But I guess you want to snap up the water dragon, so it's
Yeah, it feels like it must be correct because we're sort of on a very tight line to get.
Zoo School right now. Don't you want a TCOM? Does he have a marketing?
He's going for that race.
Oh, he's going. Yeah, he's on the race.
I don't think he's going to win this
Tiger
race.
trends.
This feels a tad greedy.
This?
Explorer first, yeah, I think it feels a bit greedy to me.
It definitely is a greedy.
I mean, you've just seen your opponent draw up an expert in herbivores, which you only do if you're really gunning for species.
To be fair, they can't do that and cause break, right? Oh, yeah, oh my god, yeah, it's really greedy. To be fair,
Oh god, the Rhea.
wait. Pause.
Oh no.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, and if we lose species vibe, it is over. It is simply over.
Which is
I don't know how else to put it.
yeah, this is going to
wait,
be a
no.
long break
Aren't we
chicken.
Wait a second.
And we know that D-Man has not only expert in hose but also Taco, which I mean doesn't
They
help
also
you.
have Tempo on victory column, right?
You're saying just play victory column here?
Oh yeah, I'd play victory column here. It's a stall race, and you wanna,
Here's the thing,
and both people have upgrade sponsors. It's pretty good.
I guess, but you still have some mandatory moves like playing the native farm, playing the water dragon. These are things that you do have to do.
D-Man should play
Oh, but
victory column.
I'm saying Blanket should have played it there.
Because we know Blanket can't cause break because they need to play NFA.
Yeah,
right?
but I mean D-Man has to play the expert in Herbies as well.
I would probably do TCOM first. This is but this is consistent, I guess. Just stalling them out.
I think you're right that victory column's a
it's-
pretty important card here.
If it is a stall race, I do spend an X to play victory column here for 2 money.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
I do think you win species because Blanket has to cause the break. You just have too many sponsors. And I think playing victory column here, it's going to be like 5 points, 4 or 5 points throughout the game, maybe 2 appeal endgame, and it stalls, and like it basically guarantees you win species because you stall them. Like it's so good. I would just do it, rip it.
I think there's also a good argument to do in cards this action. Maybe do cards this action, cards
I
next
guess
action.
cards make sense to like stall them out, but now you play victory column, right? Because now Blanket can play it with an X, which is
Yeah.
worth it for them,
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
It's like it's also income for them.
No,
money.
actually, I really like the cards one action here.
Uh,
I really like that as a move.
this is worse than just playing victory column because both of them are stall moves. And you have talented communicator. Like you can force them to cause the break not by like just doing a bunch of cards, but by having more things to do than them, right?
Here's the thing,
it's better to do things that are good for you.
D-Man knows that Blanket has 0 cards in hand.
Yeah. Now they play victory column. That's a misplay. That has to be a misplay.
I mean,
I get you're like dedicated to winning the race, but like it's so much better to play to get this like appeal like with this move down.
I think it works for D-Man. I think D-Man wins this break chicken because 5 cards in hand versus 0. I'm wondering how degenerate they're about to be with this though, like because on Silver Lake you can stall forever. We could be in for a very long round. There is one sponsor, still has the communicator. Blanket's only going to be able to stall for so long. Like, we might just be seeing like 5Xs on a build 5 action. Yeah, 17 pavilions later, exactly.
D-Man holding the talented communicator is so troll. Because then Blanket will stall more and just like do a bunch of like build 1 actions, and then you can get a worker down, you know, and then cry.
Oh boy, and we're about to see the taco. Oh. Okay, what's your prediction for number of turns?
T-com.
Yeah, it's about to be played. The question is...
Wait, does he still have it? Did he discard it? There's no way. Yeah, he still got it. He's just trolling.
I'm not even sure it's trolling at this point, but... Oh...
So now, you know how we've seen 27 turn games? We're about to see 40 turns from Blanket and D-Man.
I think you're going way too low on 40. I think this is going to be closer to 80. I'm not even joking. Make your prediction. How many turns?
I remember there was from Emu Cup #1 or from Snark #1.
Yeah.
There was a game in the first round. It was like Markoto versus Monkey Dew. It went like 57 turns.
Yes.
It was a 57 turn break chicken.
And I think we're literally about to see longer.
It's gonna be like I think it's gonna be around 40, like 41, right?
No, we're on Silver Lake. This could go on for 80 turns.
Yeah, but I think Blanket might just cause the break when they see the talented communicator, right?
Yeah, okay, you're right. Yeah. But other...
To be fair, I don't think this is right. Like, you've committed so much to the stall, like, you gotta lock in. Like,
at the same time,
yeah,
when D-Man spends all his X tokens is probably the right time to just concede the race.
Yeah. This is the best time to concede the race, for sure. But then and also these are bad card draws because you can't really spend the cable car.
Yeah, cable car
They're really
compromises the map a
regretting.
bit too much.
Yeah. Diversity. Okay, so maybe drawing cards was right then, because if Blanket gets cable car or science library, then it's close.
Yeah, but the thing is, when your opponent has 0 cards, you just deny them from drawing any cards, and I think you're pretty set up to win the Heartbreak
Yeah.
Chicken.
But letting the victory column get played is really, to me,
Yeah,
is really
I
bad.
think I would have played Victory
'Cause that's
Column
basically a
earlier.
card draw, right? It's like a decent card draw in and
Yes.
of itself, you know.
I mean, when the dust
But I guess
settles, is Blanket actually that far behind, even losing Species 5?
yes. It's not. Yes, they are.
You say yes,
Yeah.
but points are basically similar. Okay, I guess that empty 5 size and 4 size has a lot.
Yeah. I was gonna say, gotta look at the boards and then uh
Those empty enclosures say a
um
lot.
more cards, extra worker guaranteed, better upgrades. They get tempo on the university. To me, it's not close, but we'll see. I guess
Part
there is an explorer here, but
Yeah, Partner
most of
Zoo
your
is also
triggers
a
have already been.
fine reward.
It's fine, but the issue is you gain 3 CP, so you don't even get it right away. So you can't even use the bonus right away, right? But I guess that's like okay. Yeah, I guess you can upgrade a Soch, take worker, um, do it that way, and then get. Whoa,
Side
this side
entrance
is just
science
not that
library?
good. It's not that good. What?
I guess thinking that map fill is a real possibility.
I mean, I would do it the other way. It's better than in the other position, like one to the right. Because then you can, when you get the America's Partners, you can
Extra
get a
kiosk,
kiosk
yeah.
and place
Yeah,
next to it.
good
Yeah,
call. But
and
yeah,
it's the same amount, I believe.
the main concern for Blanket is lack of big enclosure space right now.
Oh yeah, you have like 2 spots for like 4 or 5 sizes. I guess 3 two size 2 4 sizes and 1 5 size is the best you can build.
Yeah, or just straight up 2 5 sizes, which may be interesting with the first seal on display.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's not for sale.
Yeah, for sure. Just get animals upgraded. Yeah, map fill a little bit not anti-synergy with the native farm, but also I don't think there's any world where we get a native farm endgame with just how compromised the map is.
Mm. 5 size clever backed sponsors. You're rich. You don't have any good sponsors.
At the
You want to
same time,
build.
do you
Yeah.
really need a source that high? You're just gonna grab
You
the
don't
partner
need
zoo
that
anyway.
high. To be fair, 2 CP. I mean, the hand size is kind of tempting, but yeah, you're right. Actually, because you get the partner zoo anyway, right away.
Yeah.
Um, it's no different from the other thing. And you get 2 CP and it moves a Soch higher. I would clever back sponsors for and then take the hand size if it's available. Oh no, hand size is gone. Never mind. Yeah, this is right then. Yeah.
Actually, what sponsors does D-Man have played, actually? I'm not sure.
Some pretty good ones.
I
Also a
mean,
lot of bad ones.
I see Taco, but on Blanket's side, I see a side entrance and a science library that are like already basically going to get hit no matter what. Expert in Americas is going to get hit.
This one entrance was kind of bait, I'm not gonna lie. That was kind of troll.
I think
But
it could pay off.
Blanket sponsor. It could pay off, but I wouldn't spend X on it. Like if it's gone, it's gone. You know? Ooh,
Oh,
bamboo
that's
forest?
hot. That's an
Bamboo
elephant.
forest. The only reason I like this elephant is the bamboo forest.
Yeah,
Honestly, you are.
it's not only the bamboo forest, it's also the extra money from side entrance. It's like the perfect animal.
Yeah. For sure. That side entrance placement's gonna really hurt, honestly. Because you want to build a 5 size, so the extra kiosk would have been like 2 extra income. So now you lose quite a bit.
Oh, grizzly bear.
Boy. Oh, sorry. What were you gonna say about Yes. See, I was always a fan of Demon's position. I think this is like
And you
it's
know what?
amazing that
I still give Blanket a very good fighting chance here.
oh, they are how wait, what's the score? It's very
Oh
pixelated on
no,
my
no.
screen.
Well, that's the wrong project. That is the
Whoa.
complete wrong project.
What?
I mean, the
Is
plan
it?
is to get Age of Partner Zoo, but
Yeah,
oh,
if it's, deny. Asia Partners, you deny them. They're just cooked if you take Asia Partners, right? And you know they have what? No. Because you know they have water dragon. You know they snap reptile breeding. You know that they have two other cards in hand. So you also want America's partners, right? I guess you get both. Yeah.
well, the Africa's
Uh,
obviously for a reason. So I mean, it could just be for the
yeah. The
leopard.
Africa's no way. Leopard's not that good here. Not worth it.
I mean, imagine if he has lion in hand.
Yeah. Then it's one appeal better. It's still a leopard, and the
Also,
leopard
the
is still
discount for
bad.
the lion.
True. You're banking on a lot here. Oh no, they just have I hate to spoil it. They just have three um Africa icons in hand. And it's still wrong, by the way. Asia's still better for them because they have two Asian icons in hand, and they have and oh, I guess you could take reptile breeding then. I guess the plan is for you to
Oh, okay. I don't mind break 5 here. Just maybe ignore Partner Zoo
oh
this game.
no, I mind it. Why would you snap reptile breeding?
Well, I think Blanket realized the mistake immediately and now wants to insta snap up Bamboo Forest, but the tortoise just appeared, which is a higher priority.
Oh yeah, that's a good tortoise.
Missing out on the Bamboo Forest would be still pretty big though. Like you need the enclosure space.
Oh, yeah, This bamboo forest is like the winner. Like if you have a winning line, it is with this bamboo forest, right?
Yeah, I mean you can still draw into other things. Like we could still get a Predator release or Australia release or something.
Yeah, but then there's only three more hits left. Uh, they probably snap a boa. Um, and you might be able to even get away with it. Yeah. So you might still get it. Ooh, I like that. That's a good card for both of them, actually.
I mean, McCall for map fill looks really nice for
Yeah,
Blanket.
that's what I'm saying. So, okay, America's Partner Zoo. You- America's Partner Zoo. Build three, build five. Like three size. Pavilion one size,
Yep.
and then you can then play tortoise, sell cable car, reptile breeding, and then America's four, and then um, I guess upgrade cards. Take bamboo forest. Probably. That's a pretty clean line. It honestly works out very well. P.
Oh no. Oh
Oh,
no.
oh, sorry. What were you saying about the side entrance? What were you saying about the side entrance?
Well, I mean, the bigger deal is the Bamboo Forest disappearing. That's massive.
Yeah, and also that. That's a really smart move by D-Man. Like knowing, because he knows about the elephant, right? He knows, because he saw it from the hunt, and he gets a macaw now, which is premium.
I would expect Blanket to stamp up the Foreign Institute,
Why?
player
Card
sponsor for
sucks.
money, build the three
Yeah,
size.
but
That's where you build in the three size, right? Well, unless it's over the
so
rock.
the counterpoint, Foreign Institute does nothing. It's to reputation. You, I would hold on to it for a more premium sponsor. I'd build the three sides in the other spot.
Interesting.
Blue Bill is a really interesting pick over Macaw.
Yeah. I mean, if McCaw's still there, I'm snapping that for sure.
Yeah. Why Shoebill? That
It's a bit
I think
surprising.
that was a deny snap Shoebill. That can't be right though.
Americas for sure.
Because that was the deny snap shoe build for them. But like Blanket wants America's 4 anyway, and you know they have Tortoise. Why would you? And you know they want map fill. That's a misplay. So I think D-Man's logic was that Shoebill is playable for Blanket, so we're gonna deny any playable animal. But they like,
I mean, yeah.
but like, just taking away an America's icon and taking away a really good animal for them, because like they're fine with taking America's partners if it means they can get a macaw down, right? Like, to me, that's ace. The question is, where are your kiosk spots? I can only see one more good kiosk spot for
That might be an
So
argument
you
to
might
just build the 3 size. Oh no, there's actually we're actually in trouble for kiosks, right? Wait, where is the one?
The 3 size goes in the it's not marketing spot, but you
Okay,
only
and
have one
then
more kiosk spot.
yeah, then your kiosk
Then
is
you only
top
have
right.
Yeah, and then you cry, but you still get the CP, which is nice. Bird breeding, nice. That's good for both of them, I think.
Yeah.
Better for D-Man because wait, no, he doesn't have cards upgrade because he's cool. Like that. Yeah. Blanks are gonna really be able to spend this side entrance's $96.
Depends how long this round goes for, but potentially, I mean, you can definitely cross this round with that much money. That is $100, by the way.
$100.
Do you think Blanket finds time to upgrade cards here? Get second partner zoo?
No, it's wrong. It would be wrong if they did it. So oh, they also get the 3 size from the reward, so they have no kiosk spots now.
Oh, is it honestly
And the
worth
3 size
taking
is
it?
better. Oh, if you lose a CP, it might not be worth it because you lose the CP from it. But it's also easier map fill. And honestly, there's worlds where this I would do PFL first. You're rich.
Yeah,
PFL
I
first.
agree with PFL for sure.
You already have America's 4. PFL is PFL is just better.
I mean, this map
Just
is
getting
getting
as much
filled.
as you can saves you a lot of X tokens on your final build action, I think. Yeah, Blanket might just be rich enough to like brute force this game.
That's what I mean. Going back to this position, is Blanket actually behind? Blanket has a 16-point lead right now.
And good sponsors. Okay.
And an
I might have been a
elephant.
hater.
But
I might have been a hater.
yeah, the problem is favorite zoo endgame only for 2 max.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't check endgames. What were they?
Blanket has favorite zoo.
To be fair, D-Man does have Reptiles 5 lined up.
Does he now?
Yeah, I think so. The Reptiles. Yeah, they have Reptiles 5 lined up. Surely they do. Otherwise, they wouldn't have gone this line, right? Let me check.
I think you're right
They
that
don't have
actually.
Reptiles 5. Oops. They have 3 birds in hand.
But
Okay,
I think you're right that PFAL was a pretty important play before.
Yeah, definitely. I would snap it. That's that important. I would snap PFL, play expert on and play expert on Europe. I don't care. Actually, no, you don't need the X tokens from expert on Europe. You can, like, okay, America's determination, build 5 size. Can you build? Oh, you playing expert on Europe might just be the point you need because you don't have the X tokens to end if you just
There's some calculations going on in chat. 89 plus 7 plus 11 plus 9. What? What the hell's the 89?
9.
I don't know what kind of math
33,
is going on in the chat.
61, 61. Oh, you're $1 short of map fill. Oh my god. You're $1 short of map fill. You need 63 to fill map, and you have 62.
That can't be right.
You're $1 short. You might have to take.
Yeah, taking worker
Oh
to
no,
do
no,
2
they're doing a point
projects.
calculation, not a money calculation. But they are $1 short. I did the math. So
Even with expert on Europe?
like even with expert on Europe, because it costs the same. Expert on Europe is efficiency. It's not money, right? Wait, no, you have expert on Urbies.
There's Explorer
that
as
say
well.
you-
There's Explorer. There's Explorer.
No. There's Explorer. No, but you don't get Explorer triggers. You don't get any Explorer.
With
for
expert on Europe.
Yeah. Expert on Europe isn't off. Yeah, so expert on Europe isn't off. So you have to do expert on Europe here. For the money, with 100 money in the opening. But it is expert on Europe because then you can build 5. Yeah. It's basically a better pavilion. It's like a free pavilion. Actually, no, it's 2 points. It's a 2 pavilions free. It's so good.
Go back to
By the
D-Man.
way,
Go back to... Tell me about D-Man's hand. You say he has 3 birds in hand. How is D-Man finishing this game?
He is crying.
He's gonna like do a project and cause another break, I guess, right now.
Yeah, D-Man's position is worse than I thought. Like he won the race at 35, but his hand is just not good.
Is one of those birds an
I
eagle?
think he was in a better position, but like after that he was drawing kind of dead, and like he ended up drawing kind of dead, and like so I think Blanket got the like not hitting like if it was Reptiles 5 it would have been close, but he doesn't have Reptiles 5. Ooh, there is the grass snake. There's the grass snake. So
Yeah,
I think they might have to but they also don't have a project.
I mean,
They might
it's
just
probably
cause,
just
like,
2 reptiles, right? 2 reptiles into break.
No. You need Reptiles 5 to end. You need Reptiles 5. I wouldn't do Reptiles 2 here.
I think we're about to see it.
Blanket didn't play Expert on Europe. Oh yeah, break 5.
But this is just going to be a break then. That's fair
So
enough.
Expert on Europe wasn't necessary because D-Man caused the break. But if the round went longer, Blanket would have needed Expert on Europe for the map fill.
Does get the grass snake, but that's only 4 reptiles, you're saying?
They have 1 more in hand. So that's 5. Snap bird breeding.
Nah, get that snowy owl.
Nah, I would do bird breeding. But it's close. Because I think you end with 1 animal's action. And you still have yeah, you end in 1 move here, right? And yeah, D-Man it's over for D-Man. Map fill, elephants.
Map fill,
Draw
elephant,
architectural, 'cause you-
peafowl.
Draw architectural because you're good at the game. Oh, another reason to play Expert in Europe is not only does it save you an X from the from building, so it's just better.
Mhm.
You also get sponsored zoo at 3 if you draw it from elephant.
That's next level. That's something I would never think about.
Well, it's not next level, but it is another reason why Expert in Europe is just better, right? Because like it was better already.
It was better
now
than
it's even
Xing
more
back
better.
sponsors, for sure.
Yeah. But now it's even more better.
Animals
And it's
first
gonna happen,
makes sense.
and you're gonna look real dumb when Sponsored Zoo is drawn. Project first. I think you can end project first.
But do you want to end in 1 turn?
Yes.
I mean, D-Man's already hit Reptiles 5. Do you need to end this turn?
What else do you do?
Play animals
Take
again.
X tokens?
Play animals again.
Where? What enclosures?
Is there no 1 size?
Nope.
Okay. Alright, fair
No
enough then. Alright, just end.
Yeah.
But like Snowy Owl's a good animal. You probably
with
probably
no
finds your petting
enclosures,
zoo.
for sure.
Well, it could have built a 1 size instead of pavilion.
Okay, to be fair, Snowy Owl is a good animal, but one, you don't have cards upgraded. Two, it's good in the mid game when you need to percept things. Snowy Owl can't percept anything here, so it's just a 4 points. I don't see what's good, you know?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if this is actually enough to win.
Another thing? The expert on Europe would have been the one size for the Snowy Owl.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I'm just wondering if it's enough to win, because D-Man gets a donation as well, so like reptiles plus donation gets him to 94.
Well, to be fair, you just have nothing. If it goes longer, D-Man increases its odds. This is the best shot you have.
Yeah.
You have a lot of endgames though. Look at your endgames. You don't have Americas, so you just have science.
You have science library side entrance and 2 from favorite
So
zoo.
8 points.
And maybe an elephant project.
And a good elephant endgame.
Maybe.
And D-Man only has 1, but it is enough. It probably is enough in most cases.
I mean, let's see what this project is. Sponsored zoo.
Sponsored zoo. Sponsored zoo.
Oh,
easy. Told you. I was right.
This is barely a cross. I'm not sure. This is going to be close. It depends on D-Man's last animal action as well.
Okay. The most poetic ending would be expert on Europe difference, where if expert on Europe would have been enough to win the game. It was it was 4 points better, I think.
Not only that, but also the like side entrance difference. Okay, 5 reptiles plus donation.
To be fair, they don't have a D-Man doesn't have a lot of good enclosures left.
Well, Ibex is 1, is that it? No restarting turn.
And they have to have more than Ibex, right?
It might just be nothing left.
Ibex plus the Shoebill is the end.
Oh yes, Mr. Shoebill.
I don't know the end games. It's probably still enough from Blanket, I think. But
we have Taco, that's about it. Science library side entrance.
Yep, it's enough.
Wow.
It's enough.
And after all that, it was only 37 turns.
Oh yeah. To be fair, the break chicken was cut short by the talent communicator.
Yes. That's a shame. I was looking forward to 80.
Yeah, for sure. If Blanket toughed it out, it might have been able to go to 80, honestly.
Damn, that was...
In theory, it's possible to win Species 5. But honestly, it might have not been good to win Species 5. Like, being 5 X tokens up is honestly kind of beneficial. I've
been in this situation before where you just have to concede break chicken, but the X token advantage was probably a big factor.
I think you kind of trolled by spending spending 5 X's on that sponsor's action. Because I think that you have more things to do in the round anyway, because like that's the point of doing cards at 1, right? So why would you not? So I think I would have not spent any X tokens on Talented Communicator and just use that as a assume Talented Communicator is enough to end the break, and then I can go into the round.
That's a tough call to make because you've seen Blanket like fully committing to break chicken as well, and they have upgraded build, whereas you don't.
Well, I think the logic is that like you're fine with losing break chicken in that case if you get talent communicator, you get all your sponsors out, and you get the project. You know. But I still do think that Victory Column was right, and I'll stand by that.
I agree. I think I'm gonna stand by side entrance was right. I think that ended up being a good move.
Yeah, side entrance did end up paying off. No, well, I think it was good. The only thing I would have done is I wasn't sure if it was worth spending X's on right away. Because I wasn't sure that D-Man really wanted it with no build upgraded and like maybe they just deny it. But I think in that I was willing to greet it. But maybe you're right that like it's really good for you. Might as well just play it now, just rip it.
I mean, I think the extra money was a factor. Like even though Blanket finished with 47.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it would have been a factor if the rounds went longer, but because they didn't, I think but maybe side entrance forced D-Man to break more.
Yeah,
which is
that's what I was
also
going to say.
considered.
It's the rounds were shorter
Yeah,
because of side entrance.
I like the side entrance, and I guess the opportunity cost isn't high because you have X token advantage already, and so you might as well leverage the X token advantage to get a good sponsor down.
Yep.
To be fair, I do think that side entrance was better than expected because you got kind of bailed by both PFAL and the opponent giving you the macaw, right? Because in a lot of cases, the map feels tough because you have to spend 2 build actions on it. But because you got macaw plus PFAL, you got to save a build action, which was really crucial. So I think that it paid off, but also it shouldn't have been as good as it was. You know.
Blanket also
But I
pointing
think
out in
most worlds.
chat that Expert on Europe would have been correct with the 1 money difference
Yeah.
calculated as well. Yeah, anyway, we're yapping on about side entrances. You still here, D-Man? No, D-Man's gone. Yeah, that was a good series, but getting reverse sweeps is obviously a horrible feeling. I
Oh
wouldn't
yeah.
know. How does it feel, Dwarven?
Oh, it feels awful. Let me just. Especially when you feel like you were especially if you feel like you're consistently playing better throughout the series, but then like the last 3 games you get cooked on draws, and it's like, oh, what could I have done? It feels awful. But this is just me throwing shit at Panda, not a. My ear was blessed with Dwarven Lightspeed commentary. Do I really talk that fast?
Yeah, you're a yapper. But that's going to be
Okay,
perfect
yeah.
for Blitz Arc Nova. I think you have a real niche there.
Yeah, Blitz commentary. Hey,
Well,
look, I got a lot of stuff to say, you know?
the December Ostrich Olympics is Blitz Arc Nova. It's like 5 minutes versus 5 minutes.
5 minutes has to be way too fast, right? Shouldn't it be 10-10 or something?
I don't know if you've played with no animation speed, with zero
Instant
animations.
animation
But
speed. I said I was starting my propaganda pen arc. So true.
I think we'll call it there. Yeah, fantastic best of 5. Can't believe it actually went the distance. After that game 1, I was very concerned. It was such a one-sided showing. But yeah, Blanket fought back and did the reverse sweep. Congratulations.
I was always a blanket believer. Never let them tell you otherwise.
So yeah, Blanket is the November Ostrich Olympics champion. You will get your title in Discord very soon if Panda hasn't already done it. But yeah, thanks all for watching. Thanks for joining me for the last stretch, Dwarven. And see everyone next time, whenever that may be.